Now, fans, we ask at this time that you please rise and join our student athletes and coaches in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem.
One final game in the month of March for the Virginia baseball team, and tonight it opens up another round of the Commonwealth Clash. We are live in Blacksburg, Virginia, where it's the Who's and the Hokies for the 198th all-time matchup between the two baseball clubs. Virginia, the fifth-ranked team in America, entering with an incredible record of 23-2, and they take on a Virginia Tech club at 15-9 overall, but perhaps most surprisingly, a Virginia Tech team at just 7-2 in ACC play, as the Hokies, through their first three conference series of the year, have dropped out of the top 25 in the preseason polls. Virginia Tech had been ranked inside of the top 10 and ahead of Virginia, but they have fallen out of the top 25, and again, just 15-9 overall, 2-7 in league play, but obviously better assume Virginia's going to get their very best shot tonight and all weekend. Game that was supposed to be played at 8 o'clock, but because of the rain, which, by the way, is still falling here at English Field, we get going after 8:30. Virginia again at 23-2 overall, 7-2 in ACC play, have won all three of their conference series, including a sweep last weekend at home against Florida State. Channing Poole here with you from Blacksburg, Virginia. 52 degrees, and the rain is still coming down about as heavily as it has been doing for the last hour or two here in Southwest Virginia. See if Virginia can get off on the right foot against this Hokie club in some difficult conditions on the turf field, however, at English Park from Atlantic Bank Union Field. Well, Virginia, let's set the starting lineups, brought to you as always by Stretch Lab, is put together by 20th-year head coach Brian O'Connor, and leading off for Virginia is the shortstop Griff O'Farrell. Ethan O'Donnell bats second and plays center field, with Jake Geloff, the third baseman, hitting third. It is Kyle Teal in the cleanup spot, and he does the catching with Ethan Anderson hitting fifth and playing first base. Anthony Stefan, the designated hitter, bumped up to the sixth spot tonight, as Stefan is the DH hitting sixth, batting seventh and playing right field. Casey Sauke. Henry Godbout, the second baseman, bats eighth, and batting ninth to round out the order in left field is Harrison Didewick. Again, for Virginia, the top third goes O'Farrell, O'Donnell, Geloff. Middle third is Teal, Anderson, Stefan, and the bottom third of Sauke, Godbout, and Didewick against the right-hander Drew Hackenberg. Sophomore righty for Virginia Tech makes the start. Native of Palmyra, out of the Miller School of Albemarle, Hackenberg, his 7th start of the season, just 1-3 with a 5.13 earned run average over 33 1/3 innings of work. Right-hander winds and deals to O'Farrell. Pitch misses down and away, and we are underway at 8:32 this evening. Again, originally scheduled for an 8 o'clock start because of the television designation. Was going to be late to begin with, but even later because of the rain that continues to fall. Next one skips in, and Hackenberg bouncing his cleat on the front of the mound. It might not be the easiest of landing spots with all the precipitation that has been coming down steadily now for a number of hours. 2 balls, no strikes to O'Farrell, with O'Donnell and Geloff to follow, and O'Farrell takes near the knees for a called strike, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. O'Farrell for the season hitting at .340, no homers, 16 runs batted in. Now the next one from the righty Hackenberg, bounced it in, and the count at quickly 3 balls and 1 strike to O'Farrell, who has taken all 4 pitches from Hackenberg, and one of them a generous strike, the only one that has been in the zone, or at least according to home plate ump Perry Costello. 3-1 pitch, that's outside, ball 4, and O'Farrell works a walk. Leadoff man aboard for Virginia here in the top half of the first, just underway from English Field. Virginia goes with the orange uniform tops here tonight and the white pants. Blue cap with the orange brim for the Who's. Virginia Tech, the white vest tops with maroon sleeves underneath and white pants. Maroon cap with the orange brim for VPI. Pinstripe look for the Hokies in the vest top. Orange uniform tops for Virginia. Pitch to O'Donnell misses low. 1 ball, no strikes on the righty Hackenberg. Hackenberg for the season, 33 1/3 innings. He has struck out 38. He has walked 12 and make it 13 after the leadoff walk to Griff O'Farrell. Runner at first base, nobody out, and the pitch. O'Donnell swings and lines it, but foul off the netting above the Hokie dugout, off the third base line here. The all-turf field, Atlantic Union Bank Park, English Field. It's been English Field for quite some time, Atlantic Union Bank Park, since the renovations in 2018. That's when they began the project. The pitch now, O'Donnell trying to drag a bunt, but fouls it away. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Virginia's Ethan O'Donnell. Virginia's leading hitter in ACC play. O'Donnell at .351 through Virginia's 9 conference games, hitting at .357 overall for the season, and steadily roughly the same in Virginia's conference games. Left-hand hitter against the righty Hackenberg. Runner at first with nobody out. The pitch taken outside, and the count misses at 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Ethan O'Donnell. Griff O'Farrell at first, just underway, top half of the first inning for this Virginia team. Jake Geloff waiting in the on-deck circle as the rain continues to fall here in Blacksburg. 2-2 pitch now. Bounced it in, scooped up by the catcher Ebel as Hackenberg trying to backfoot a breaking ball. Not a bad idea with 2 strikes against O'Donnell and ahead of him in the count, but now it's gone full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and we'll see if Virginia thinks about starting O'Farrell from first. He is going. The pitch is shot right back into the netting. And we'll do it again, 3-2, as O'Farrell retreats over to first base. A lot of long sleeves for both teams in this game, as chilly, but the rain falling making it feel even chillier. All turf field obviously helps tremendously, given how much rainfall there has been in the area, but I'm telling you, it is still a very steady rain. But apparently both sides agreed good enough to get this thing underway and go ahead and get rolling just after 8:30. Half an hour later than originally scheduled. Runner at first with nobody out. And the pitch now from Hackenberg. Runner goes again. Swing and a bouncer foul left side. Pops up into the netting again above Virginia Tech's dugout. And disappears down into it. And O'Farrell getting a workout at first as he heads back once again to first base. Drew Hackenberg, the right-hander, again a 5.13 earned run average. Opponents hitting .285 against him. 39 hits allowed over 33 1/3 innings. O'Donnell swings and he pops it up. High fly ball right side. Foul ground for the first baseman, Michelle. And now up against the wall, he runs out of room. It is a foul ball. The way he was slowly meandering over, I thought he might have a play on it. From the offset angle, a little bit up the first base line here, it's sort of tough to judge where that ball exactly had gone. But ended up a foul ball, and we'll do it yet again, 3-2. So very lengthy at bat here from O'Donnell, as he has fouled off 3 consecutive pitches after working the count full. That makes this, I believe, the 9th pitch of the at bat. Toss over to first base. Diving back in goes O'Farrell. Virginia and Virginia Tech just underway. Series opener from Blacksburg. And Hackenberg from the belt. Sophomore righty deals, runner goes. It's once again fouled back, and a double-digit pitch at bat now for Ethan O'Donnell, making Hackenberg work right from the jump here in the top of the first inning. It was a 5-pitch walk to O'Farrell. Now O'Donnell seeing double-digit pitches in this at bat. Virginia's leader with 18 walks on the season as well, so a guy that knows the strike zone as well as anybody. Now the right-hander, Hackenberg, 6'2", 220, righty deals, and again it's lined but foul. Left side and out of play. What a fight from Ethan O'Donnell here. Single-handedly elevating the right-hander's pitch count in this top of the first inning. O'Donnell, 367 hitter on the season, 6 homers, 20 runs batted in. Runner at first base, nobody out. There goes O'Farrell, and it's bounced foul once again. Draws a nice round of applause from Virginia's dugout. No quit in Ethan O'Donnell right here. Again, by my count, pitch number 12 from Hackenberg of the at-bat. Right-hander that'll top out at 95, and he's amped up from the start. He has hit 95 in this at-bat. Typically will sit 91, 93 with a fastball that has some sink to it. Best pitch might be his slider. He also throws a changeup. Righty on the mound against the lefty at the plate. The pitch, runner goes. Outside, ball 4. How about that at-bat from Ethan O'Donnell? The team's leader in walks has another one. It's first and second, nobody out. And again, Hackenberg in that at-bat with Ethan O'Donnell threw 12 pitches to O'Donnell, and it ends in a walk. So first and second, nobody out. Now for Jake Geloff. Again, both base runners have walked for Virginia. A guy in Hackenberg who had walked 12 over 33 innings coming into play today. Geloff takes, that's low. 1 ball, no strikes. And again, Hackenberg with the fastball, hitting 95 on the radar gun. Checks his wristband, has the sign he wants, looks back to second, now deals. Geloff grounds it right side. That's through for a base hit. Should get Virginia on the board. It's into right center field. Here is O'Farrell across the plate. In at third base is O'Donnell, and in at second is Geloff. The second baseman didn't realize as he caught the throwback in from the outfield that Jake was right behind him. That little bit of a delay allows Geloff to get in safely at second base. Virginia 1, Virginia Tech nothing. The Hoos strike first, and with still nobody out in the inning, it's runners at second and third here in the first. Again, O'Donnell over to third base, and Geloff on the RBI double. Has himself his 38th RBI of the season, 1-0 Wahoos. And a chance for more, obviously, in this first inning. The 10th double of the year for Geloff. And the Hoos are on the board just like that. 3 batters, 1 run across, still nobody out, 2 more guys in scoring position. Visit to the mound now from pitching coach Ryan Fecteau. 6th-year pitching coach. And just as Perry Costello got to the base of the mound to break up that meeting, Fecteau, as if sensing he was on his way, turned and marched back to Virginia Tech's dugout. So first mound visit adjourned. How about Virginia's start, having made Hackenberg, well, he's now about to throw his 20th pitch. Kyle Teal, the batter, left-handed hitter against the righty Hackenberg. Second and third, nobody out. Teal swings and fouls it back at the backstop. Almost swung out of his shoes. Picks up the ball off the backstop. Of course, swung out of his helmet, but what else is new? And actually caught his helmet on its way down. For Virginia, O'Donnell at third, Geloff at second. Nobody out. 1-0 Virginia in the top of the first. The pitch now from Hackenberg. Taken upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball sitting 95 now. And again, you got to believe he's good and amped up and maybe a little bit frustrated after the consecutive walks to start the game. But missed there, and it's 1-1 to Teal. Kyle hitting at .449 to lead Virginia. 25 games into the season. Takes it low, and it's 2-1. Hackenberg went off speed, but Teal lays off. O'Donnell at third, Geloff at second, nobody out. O'Farrell has already scored. And Virginia trying to make it a big inning right from the jump. Rain still falling, albeit fairly lightly in Blacksburg. Teal swings, skies the next pitch out towards left center field. Now coming in on it, the center fielder Hurley makes the catch. Tagging from third, O'Donnell's going to race home. Throw goes back in towards third base. It's a sacrifice fly for Kyle Teal. 2-0 Wahoos. Teal does his job, bringing home O'Donnell from third base. Virginia 2, Virginia Tech nothing. That is RBI number 26 on the season for Kyle Teal. And again, that is the first out recorded by Virginia Tech in the inning. Right as I say the rain had gotten a little bit lighter, it is picked right back up. It is coming down fairly heavily now on the diamond. Runner at second and 1 out. Ethan Anderson, a late swing and a miss there. And the count 0-1. Sort of caught in between. Switch hitter batting left. Anderson at .371 for the year. 3 homers, 23 runs batted in. This Virginia club still hitting at a .334 clip on the season. The pitch. Bounced it in. Picked up cleanly off the dirt by the catcher, Ebel. And back to second base goes Jake Geloff. Virginia's .334 average, the 3rd best in the country in terms of batting average as a club. Virginia obviously is off to an incredible start at the plate. You could say the same for the pitching, however. More on that when we get to the bottom of the first. Hopefully, that's a ways away. Anderson, a wave and a miss at a breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Probably the best one that Hackenberg has thrown in this first inning. And Anderson over top of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. 1 out runner at second base. 2-0 Virginia in the top of the first. Now the 1-2. Anderson swings and fouls it back. Got a piece of it to extend the at-bat as Hackenberg threw that slider once again. Last year, Hackenberg, 17 appearances, 16 starts. 9 of his 16 starts were quality starts. And as a true freshman, he went 10-2 with a 3.30 earned run average. 1-2, line but foul left side and out of play. And at least this far into the season, some 6 starts into it, Hackenberg really has regressed off of the numbers from last year. Again, last year, a 10-2 record. This year, he's 1-3. Last year, a 3.30 earned run average. This year, 5.13. As Anderson swings, lines one, past the diving first baseman into right field. Another base hit. Here comes Geloff. He can coast in to score. 3-0 Hoos as Ethan Anderson, a quality piece of 2-strike hitting to tack on another one in the first for the Hoos. RBI number 24 for Ethan Anderson and a lined shot past the diving first baseman. Virginia 3, Virginia Tech nothing. As early as can be in the top of the first inning, Anthony Stefan, the batter now, making his 8th start of the year, and Stefan bumped up to the 6th spot in the lineup. That one bounces in and bounces away from the catcher, Ebel. Up to second base on the wild pitch goes Ethan Anderson. And Virginia has another man into scoring position. Actually, they're going to rule it a pass ball. Sort of a tweener, but I guess I could see it as a pass ball. Either way, the most important thing is Ethan Anderson got to second base, and he is in scoring position with still just 1 out. 1-0 to Stefan. Upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Anthony Stefan at .500, albeit 13 hits in 26 at-bats. Nevertheless, there are no 2 ways about it. He has been really impressive since Virginia has slotted him into this DH spot. Given him an opportunity, trying it out, and he has answered the bell in the biggest of ways. 2-0 pitch. And there's a called strike, 2-1. Haven't seen a lot of called strikes from Hackenberg in this inning. And Hackenberg, who just threw his 31st pitch of this first inning, looks back to second, deals. Upstairs. Oh, beg your pardon. My goodness. Well, I guess it is time to let you know Perry Costello is our home plate umpire today, so it might be a bit of an adventure behind the plate this evening. The 2-2 pitch to Stefan. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the third base umpire, Trevor Henson. Stefan is down on strikes, and again, a gift of a pitch helped out Hackenberg there in a big way. You know, you go back to the series with NC State when Virginia had Perry Costello behind the plate, and the report on the strike zone after that game was absolutely horrendous. I mean, his zone was truly all over the place. And we've got him again tonight for the opener, so hang with him. Casey Sauke bounces the first pitch foul. A little bit late on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. The count 0-1. Runner at second base with 2 outs. If nothing else, Anderson can break with contact now with 2 outs in the inning. 3 runs already home for Virginia. It is 3-0 Wahoos. RBIs for Geloff, Teal, and Anderson. The 0-1 now to Sauke. Breaking ball wide. 1 ball, 1 strike. He and Stefan flip-flop in the lineup. And Sauke now batting out of the 7 spot. Henry Godbout waits in the on-deck circle for Virginia. Runner at second base, 2 outs. And the 1-1 pitch now from Drew Hackenberg. Slider for a strike, 1-2. Started it front shoulder on Sauke, dropped it over the inner third of the plate. And now 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Virginia's right fielder. Ethan Anderson at second base. He singled and advanced on a pass ball. The pitch. Sauke fights it off foul right side. Another fastball at 94 from Hackenberg. And we'll do it again, 1-2. Virginia 3 runs on 2 hits. First couple of batters, O'Farrell and O'Donnell both walked for Virginia in the top half of this first inning. A 3-run frame that it has been so far. The 1-2. Breaking ball bounced in. Count even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was pitch number 39 from Drew Hackenberg, which means this will be a 40-pitch inning at the very least for the right-hander from Palmyra, Drew Hackenberg. Looking at that wristband again, has the sign he wants, now ready at the belt. Sophomore kicks, deals. Breaking ball lined over the third baseman's head. That is a foul ball. Hooked just, and I mean just, to the left of the chalk. Sauke made a bid for extra bases. Third base umpire Trevor Henson on top of it. I did think that one at the very last second hooked. And I don't think Virginia's going to ask for a second look. Third base coach Kevin McMullen seeming to indicate it is not worth reviewing. So see if Sauke can straighten something out now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, top of the first. Runner at second base is Anderson. 3-0 Hoos already, but looking for more. Fastball, bounced foul back. We'll do it again. Virginia, some kind of tough with 2 strikes in this first inning against Hackenberg, and are really making him work. Again, a 12-pitch at bat from Ethan O'Donnell earlier this inning that ended up in a walk. O'Donnell, along with O'Farrell and Geloff, have scored in the inning for Virginia. The 2-2 once again is, strike 3 called. Well, better get used to that expansive zone, and Sauke, the latest victim. However, Virginia, 3 runs across in the inning on a couple of hits. At the end of 1 half, it's 3-0 Hoos. Brian Edgington to the mound for Virginia when we come back. A 3-0 Virginia lead after 1/2 inning of play in Blacksburg, Virginia. We go to the home half of the inning. And for Virginia, Brian Edgington completing his warm-up tosses. Let's run through the batting order for Virginia Tech as put together by their now 6th-year head coach, John Sheff. Prior to that, 5 seasons as the head coach at Maryland. For Virginia Tech tonight, leading off the shortstop, Clay Grady, with Garrett Michelle, the first baseman, batting second. Hitting third and playing center field, Jack Hurley. With Carson DiMartini, the third baseman, hitting cleanup. It'll be Christian Martin in the 5 spot. He plays second base. Brody Dunne is the designated hitter, and Dunne bats 6th. Carson Jones hitting 7th is in right field. Eddie Eisert hits 8th in left field. And Garrick Ebel rounds out the order, batting 9th and doing the catching. Again for Vatech tonight. Top third goes Grady, Michelle, Hurley. Middle third is DiMartini, Martin, and Dunne. And the bottom third of Jones, Eisert, and Ebel against Virginia's Brian Edgington. Grad transfer righty, kicks, deals, and a fastball misses a little bit outside. 1-0 to Clay Grady. And it's 1-0. Again, 3-0 Virginia. 3 runs, 2 hits, and a couple of walks in the top half of the first from the Wahoos. And now Edgington deals. The next one grounded towards short. Backhanded in the hole by O'Farrell. Steps from the outfield turf. Throws to first, but not in time. Heck of an effort from O'Farrell to make it competitive. But an infield single for Clay Grady, who is the Hokies' leading hitter at .385 this season. And Grady is aboard once again. Now, I should qualify that .385. Apparently, he has enough at-bats to qualify at just 52, but the guy hitting second, Chris Cannizzaro, who's not in the lineup tonight, with 107 at-bats, so more than double as many as Grady. Nevertheless, how they calculate qualifiers, he is the leading hitter. Next man, a wave and a miss from Garrett Michelle, and it's 0-1. A little bit tardy on a fastball from Edgington. No balls and 1 strike. Michelle, a left-handed batter. 4 consecutive lefties in the 2 through 5 spot for Coach Sheff tonight and Virginia Tech. Runner at first base with nobody out. Edgington deals. The shift is on, and the pitch bounces in. 1 ball and 1 strike to Michelle. Freshman bats from the left side of the plate. He is the first baseman and hitting at .366 on the year. 6 homers, 23 RBIs. 3 infielders to the right of second base. O'Farrell just a couple of steps to the right of second. And Geloff way off the line from third. 1-1 from Edgington. Bounced it in, blocked by Teal. Slides out into the brown turf in front of home plate to secure the baseball. And swaps it out with Perry Costello. 2 balls, 1 strike. Brian Edgington tonight making his 7th start of the year. The Elon transfer, 6 foot tall, 200-pound righty. 4-0 with a 1.95 earned run average on the year. The 2-1 instead of check on the runner at first. 32 in the 3rd innings. Edgington has struck out 35. He has walked 9. And opponents hitting .233 against him. 28 hits allowed over 32 in the 3rd innings on the season. Again, his 7th start, 4-0 with a 1.95 earned run average. The 2-1 now. Swing and a ball lifted left side, slicing foul. That will get out of play towards the hitting facility, where both teams took batting practice indoors prior to this game as the rain continued to fall. It has lightened significantly now over the course of this bottom half of the first. Again, at times in the top of the first, it was still coming down pretty good. It's still raining, albeit a very light rain now in this home half of the first inning. 3-0 Virginia, our score. And Edgington looking for the first out in the home half of the inning. Pitch to Garrett Michelle as the right-hander sets at the belt. And now again checks on the runner at first. And diving back in went Grady, who does not have a stolen base attempt on the year. Nevertheless, Edgington keeping a close eye on him. Right-hander ready to go once again. Pennsylvania native deals. And a fastball is strike 3 called as Michelle is rung up on a pitch right there at the knees. And there's 1 away in the home half of the first. Our broadcast brought to you in part by the UVA Bookstore, the source for all of your Wahoo fan gear and apparel, located on Emmett Street in Charlottesville, or shop from the comfort of your home by visiting uvabookstores.com. Now Jack Hurley, the batter for Virginia Tech. 308 hitter on the season, pacing the club with 8 home runs, 25 RBIs. He is tied in the RBI department with the man who waits on deck, and Carson DiMartini, but leads the way with those 8 home runs. Hurley, the now junior center fielder. And again, they stack the lineup with lefties, 5 lefties and a switch hitter, 3 right-handed hitters for the Hokies tonight against Edgington. Another check on the man at first. Diving back in goes Clay Grady. Virginia 3, Virginia Tech nothing. Home half of the first. Cavaliers put together a big top of the first inning in this late one from Blacksburg. Another late one tomorrow night, 7 o'clock start time, although as late as this one might need every hour of that recovery time. Pitch swung on and lifted but foul. Slicing left side and out of play. Up onto those brick seating areas. The terrace seating that is essentially stone bleachers with grass levels in between. Very lightly populated. I could count on my hands the number of fans in total that are seated on that terrace seating. Pitch outside, and it's 1-1. Between the chairback seating and all of the terrace space, they say the total capacity can reach 4,000 at this ballpark, and they had been hoping that it would be a really big crowd for this primetime game tonight, but the rain has had something to say about that. It is a light crowd on hand. Hoods and umbrellas out as this game gets underway, although I think the fans that had the umbrellas at the start might have been told to put them down because I don't see any more in use, even as the rain, very light such that it is, continues to fall. Next pitch bounced in, and Hurley thought about it but laid off. Breaking ball that bounced in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Started the hands but did not offer. Two balls, 1 strike to Jack Hurley. Runner at first base is Grady. 1 out, bottom half of the first. And Edgington from the belt, a deep breath. Right-hander holds, now deals. Swinging a ground ball, shot the first, picked, no, bounced off of Anderson, flips to Edgington, sliding the first ball, gets away from him. Then going to pick it up was Godbout to try and make a throw to third. Everybody sliding all over the place. Godbout trying to pick it up, slid past the baseball along the turf. All kinds of trouble in keeping their footing on the slick turf. All the way over to third goes Grady on the play. And that one, a rocket shot off the bat. No complaints about Anderson not being able to pick it cleanly as that ball was shot up the first base line. But in an attempt to pick it up and make a throw on Grady that, honestly, I think Godbout may have had a pretty good chance. Well, first of all, the ball only got away from Edgington because he slipped and fell on the turf. So he's on his backside, and the ball is next to him. But Godbout has to go pick it up. As now the pitch to DiMartini bounces in 1-0. And when Godbout tried to do it, he lost his footing on the wet turf and fell down and sort of overran the baseball as well. And so there was no play to be made. Again, steady rain falling for about the last 5 hours or so in this area. And the pitch swung on and fouled back. Changeup from Edgington. And the count even up at 1-1. And the only work the field crew has to do in terms of tarping is the pitcher's mound, which is dirt. Everything else is turf all the way around. Runners at the corners with only 1 out. Big spot here for Brian Edgington. Right-hander from the belt and deals. Fastball up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, Virginia made Virginia Tech starter Drew Hackenberg labor through his first inning as he threw 42 pitches. Now Edgington again from the set. They're at the corners, 1 out. Deals. Breaking ball. Swung on and missed. DiMartini going down to a knee after finishing his follow-through. And the count even up at 2-2. DiMartini, left-handed bat. 346 hitter on the season. 5 homers, 25 runs batted in. The pitch. Breaking ball. Fouls it back. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Neither team giving in at the plate with 2 strikes against him. And DeMartini, the sophomore third baseman out of Ocean Lakes High School in Virginia Beach, awaits the 2-2 as Edgington ready again, and Virginia's righty deals. Fastball is strike 3 call. DeMartini rung up on that delayed call from Perry Costello, and I thought he was maybe barking at somebody in the Virginia Tech dugout. He was just trying to get the attention of the ball boy to get some replacement baseballs after all the foul balls that we have had in the early part of this game. You know, and again, would I, with truth serum, have said that was a strike? No, but that is what the extended zone has already been for both sides in the first inning. There's a called strike to start Christian Martin, and it's 0-1. Sophomore bats from the left side of the plate. Runners at the corners for the Hokies with 2 outs. That's a big second out from Edgington to get DeMartini. Very dangerous hitter, but not out of the woods yet. I mean, Martin can swing it a little bit as well at .338 on the year. They're at the corners with 2 outs. Right-hander Edgington, a long hold. Now the pitch fouled back. And the count quickly 0-2. So Edgington way ahead of the man standing between him and putting up a 0 on the scoreboard. Can Edgington get Virginia through this bottom half of the first scoreless? Already wild inning such that it has been because of the ground ball from Hurley that led to folks slipping and sliding all over the place. The 0-2 runner goes from first, and it's down. They've got the runner stopping between first and second to the Hokies, but recognizing Teal was just going to toss it back to the mound. Hurley finishes the trot to second. That is his 3rd stolen base of the year. Not insignificant, considering a base hit now would score a couple. 1-2 the count to Martin. Edgington deals. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And Edgington puts up that all-important 0. Strikes out the side in the first. Leaves a couple of Hokies in scoring position. After 1 complete. From English Field, it's Virginia 3, Virginia Tech 0.
Yeah. Seat up. From Grand Home Furnishings.
Cavalier Baseball brought to you in part by Davenport & Company, your local investment experts on Water Street. Building trust and establishing strong relationships with clients since 1863. Online at investdavenport.com. We go to the second inning in Blacksburg. 3-0 Wahoos. An impressive first inning from Brian Edgington in that he bent but did not break as the Hokies threatened, leaving a couple of men in scoring position. Henry Godbout, Harrison Didowick, and then the 9-spot hitter, or beg your pardon, the top of the order in O'Farrell. It goes 8-9-1 for Virginia in this inning as Godbout swings and spins the first pitch off the end of the bat foul. And the count 0-1. Righty against righty, Drew Hackenberg kicks, deals, and Godbout bounces it up the middle on 2 hops. Easy play for the second baseman, Christian Martin. fields and throws him out 4-3. And Hackenberg needs a lot of those quick outs as he threw 42 pitches in the first inning.
Now batting for Virginia.
And that'll get Harrison Didowick to the plate, highlighted by the 12-pitch walk that Ethan O'Donnell drew. Obviously, there were some base knocks, RBI hits that were also highlights of the inning. But in terms of a tone setter, O'Donnell winning that lengthy battle really got Virginia off on the right foot. Pitch misses outside to Didowick. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the second, 3-0 Hoos. Hackenberg deals, and he's low. 2 balls, no strikes. Opening weekend in Major League Baseball. For a lot of teams, the awkward opening day yesterday, day off today, and then finish series over the next couple of days. The 2-0 pitch. Didowick takes a called strike over the outside edge, 2-1. But good to have baseball back at the highest level as well. And obviously very interesting watching throughout spring training, but even more so when they count all of the rule changes at the big league level. Pitch is fouled back and it's 2-2. And of course, while college baseball has adopted the pitch clock as well, it has not yet reached the level where it is visible for pitcher and batter. It is only at the discretion of the umpires. Didowick takes down and away. The count is full at 3-2. And that is understandably allowed for a little bit of leniency in how rigidly it's been applied, we'll say. Not like it is in the big leagues now. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball fouled back, and here we go again. Good job by Didowick. Tough 2-strike breaking ball there to extend the at bat. And another payoff pitch now from Hackenberg. Down and in, ball 4. And Didowick works a 1-out walk. And again, after the quick out from Godbout, that's big to keep Hackenberg from getting a quick bounce-back inning. So now Griff O'Farrell for Virginia as Hackenberg is up over 50 pitches now in the game. O'Farrell walked his first time up. 5-pitch walk in that top of the first inning that saw Virginia score 3 times. And Hackenberg back to the stretch. 6'2" righty checks on Didowick at first. Hackenberg, who has thrown as many as 109 pitches in a game. That was last weekend against Pitt as they lost the series opener 5-4. Now the pitch. Swinging a hard hit ball up the middle. That is through for a base hit. And around second, heading to third, Didowick. He's going to get in there as the throw comes back into second. Base hit for Griff O'Farrell, and runners at the corners for Virginia with just the 1 out. And Virginia now a chance to tack on again as Ethan O'Donnell will be the batter for the Hoos. Already 3-0 in the second. That ball in on the hands of O'Farrell, and he just muscled it through for a 1-out single. And the playbook opens up a little bit now for Virginia. Here is O'Donnell and the pitch. Taken, called strike. And it's 0-1 to O'Donnell. Decent representation of Virginia fans in attendance as well, braving the elements. 0-1, and that one off the handle and foul, jammed him up. And the count 0-2. Didowick at third, O'Farrell at first with 1 out. And the pitch, lined but foul, into the netting above Virginia Tech's dugout. Chance for Ethan O'Donnell to add to Virginia's lead. Runners at the corners and 1 out. From the belt, Hackenberg deals. Up and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 94-mile-an-hour fastball missing. Virginia now 3 runs, 3 hits in the game. Didowick at third, he walked. O'Farrell at first, he singled. And really making Drew Hackenberg work. Righty sets at the belt, kicks, deals. Swing and a bouncer foul again. Yet another 1-2 pitch to follow. That one might have missed downstairs if O'Donnell had taken it, but breaking ball that he deemed close enough to offer at. And spins and checks on O'Farrell at first base. Griff gets back in fairly easily. Hackenberg digging into the dirt in front of the slab, securing his footing. Now the right-hander ready to go again in the pitch. O'Donnell swings, skies one to right. That ball well tagged, chasing back Jones, back at the wall. He runs out of room, and Ethan O'Donnell has doubled up Virginia's lead. 6-0 Hoos in the second as O'Donnell, another quality at bat against Hackenberg. Boy, does he have his number tonight. The 12-pitch walk in the first, and here in the second, a 3-run shot to right field. The Hoos 6, the Hokies nothing. Number 7 on the year for O'Donnell as Geloff swings and foul tips it at the plate, 0-1. RBIs numbers 21, 2, and 3 for Ethan O'Donnell. And Perry Costello wants some new baseballs. Six runs now on 4 hits for Virginia. And this evening affair, it has been an impressive start for the offense, as it has been so many times this season. Breaking ball down and away, and it's 1-1. Virginia 6, Virginia Tech nothing in the second. Jake Geloff an RBI double his first time up. Now the 1-1, and it's low. 2 balls and a strike. Obviously, to Virginia's advantage that the weather has clearly kept some of the fans at home that otherwise would have been out to watch this one in the opener of the Commonwealth Clash as a breaking ball drops in for a strike and it's 2-2. But keep in mind that the last time Virginia visited Blacksburg, the opener of that series in 2021, and a sellout crowd for that opener as the pitch. Swinging a ball line to right center field. Racing over is the right fielder Jones. He's going to get there to make the catch. That's out number 2. Hard hit ball by Geloff, but nothing to show for it. 2 outs now for Kyle Teal. Remember that opener and the massive crowd for that one. Well, Virginia won that game 18-1, so unaffected by the loud crowd such that it was. As Teal swings, spins one off the bat. That ball takes a weird turn towards third, and Teal headlong dive, and he slides through the base. Has himself a 2-out single, and like a kid playing on the wet turf, I think he just wanted to slide because he saw how many of his teammates had slipped and fallen along the turf near first base last half inning. He knew that if he took a dive, he was going to travel pretty far, which indeed he did. And he is aboard at first with a 2-out infield single. Now Ethan Anderson swings, skies it foul left side and out of play. And the count 0-1. Anderson an RBI single his first time up as part of Virginia's 3-run first. The Hoos have tacked on 3 more in this second inning on the Ethan O'Donnell home run. The 0-1. Up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. 6 runs now, 5 hits. The crowd let out an ooh and an ah. You could hear as the ball off of Teal's bat that was spinning down towards third on its second or third hop because of the bizarre spin and the turf. It took a sharp right turn, which you just don't really see. And that forced the third baseman, DeMartini, to adjust his route. And by the time he did so and got to the ball, there was nothing to be done except to hold on to it. Pitch outside to Anderson, 2-1. Runner at first base, 2 outs. Next pitch from Hackenberg. And a called strike that draws groans from the crowd. And it's 2-2 now to Ethan Anderson. Runner at first base, 2 outs. The set from Hackenberg, the pitch. Breaking ball, foul tipped. Good adjustment by Anderson, waiting back just enough to extend the at-bat. Kyle Teal at first with 2 outs. 6-0 Hoos in the second. Sophomore righty Drew Hackenberg ready, deals. Runner goes from first, bounce to first, and fielded by the first baseman Michelle with his glove on the base. And Anderson is out 3 and assisted. But another big inning for the Wahoo offense. 3 runs home on the home run for Ethan O'Donnell. We played 1.5 innings in Blacksburg. Virginia 6, Virginia Tech nothing.
Let's go downstairs to Billy for another game.
We're keeping Sandlot night going here. It is time to play categories, and the category is Sandlot characters. So we got Melissa here from Chicago, and then we have Lindsay here from Alexandria. Both sophomores. They're going to keep naming Sandlot characters as fast as they can until one cannot name one. So Melissa, how you feel about this?
I'm ready.
Melissa's ready. Lindsay, are you ready?
Oh, I'm excited.
All right, Lindsay's excited. Let's start it off with Melissa in 3, 2, 1. Name a character.
Wendy Peppercorn, Squints, Smalls, Fanny, Hercules the dog.
That threw you off. Melissa is the winner. Congratulations to Melissa. She's got herself a Hokie prize bag. She knows her movie.
Brian Edgington back to the mound for Virginia. We go to the second. 3 more runs to work with now for the grad transfer righty. He'll face the 6, 7, 8 hitters in this Virginia Tech lineup as Edgington back into the windup. The pitch is taken a little bit low, 1-0. Brody Donnet is the batter. And Donnet, freshman, bats on the right side of the plate. Big kid. And that right-hand hitter's batter's box. And he takes, I guess, a little wide. 2 balls, no strikes. The amorphous strike zone of Perry Costello. It is always an adventure. Freshman out of Lakeland, Florida at the plate for Virginia Tech. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Lost his helmet. Tried to catch it as it trickled down his back, but could not make the behind-the-back catch. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Edgington, big deep breath, peering over the top of the glove. Now starts the windup, deals. Breaking ball. Missed, and it's 3-1. A little bit low. Donnet at 6'5", 215. A true freshman, Brody Donnet. And the pitch. Swung on and popped him up. Right side of the infield, Anderson and Godbout converge. It is Godbout to make a two-handed catch. Donne is retired. And there's one away now for Carson Jones. We're brought to you in part by the Virginia Lottery and the Virginia Lottery's new Livin' Lucky with Luke Combs $5 scratcher that gives you a chance to enter to win a private Luke Combs concert at Nashville's Ryman Auditorium, plus a chance to win $500,000 at the show. That's only from the Virginia Lottery. Play responsibly. Left-hand hitting Carson Jones, redshirt junior right fielder, at the plate for the Hokies now, and he takes it upstairs, 1-0. Jones hitting at just .224 on the season, does have 6 home runs and 22 runs batted in. Left-hand hitter against the righty Edgington. And Brian Edgington kicks, deals. Ball is swung on, hit well, right center field, long run for O'Donnell, laying out in the gap, and he made the catch! Ethan O'Donnell, another sensational play. Went into a slide along the wet outfield turf, and he just robbed Carson Jones of extra bases. What a catch from Ethan O'Donnell.
Next up for the Hokies, the left fielder, number 11.
I would say Ethan O'Donnell is enjoying himself, his first taste of this rivalry. And you can put a star by that one. Next one swung on, lifted foul, left side and out of play. Off the bat of the switch hitter batting left, Eddie Eisert. Eisert, a junior and the left fielder for the Hokies. Hitting at .299 in the season, upright stance from the left side of the plate. Edgington deals, and a fastball right there for a strike. 0-2, 92, about belt high. No balls, 2 strikes the count. And Virginia goes into that modified shift now as Geloff moves to the right side of second base. O'Farrell staying home on the shortstop side. Pitch is swung on and missed, and it's strikeout number 4 for Brian Edgington. Another shutdown frame for the veteran right-hander as he sets down the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Hokies in order. At the end of 2 complete in Blacksburg. Virginia 6, Virginia Tech nothing. Cavalier Baseball brought to you in part by Domino's, your locally owned Domino's, a proud sponsor of Virginia athletics for over 20 years. Domino's, proud to support Virginia baseball and our local community. Domino's, free kindness with every order. On to the third, and for Virginia, Anthony Stefan, Casey Sauke, Henry Godbout, 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup. Stefan bounces it up the middle, but arranging the second baseman will get there. Fields sidearms to first. And Stefan is retired 4-3 on the first pitch of the inning from the right-hander, Drew Hackenberg. That was pitch number 71 from Drew Hackenberg in this game. We are in the top of the third inning. Virginia made him throw 42 pitches in the first, another 28 in the second. Now Casey Sauke to the plate, righty against righty, in a swing, and he fouls it away right side and out of play. 6-0 Wahoos. 3 in the first, 3 more in the second on Ethan O'Donnell's 3-run homer. Now the windup and the pitch. Fastball inside, and an appeal to first. Late appeal, no swing, says first base ump Ryan Clark. Perry Costello, the home plate ump. Ryan Clark at first. Brandon Henson, the second base umpire. Trevor Henson, spelled differently, is down the third base line. 1-1 to Sauke, swinging a little jam shot right side and foul. Coach Kirby will go retrieve it. Brandon Henson with an E at second base. Trevor Henson with an I at third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Casey Sauke. 1 out, bases empty, top of the third. Virginia 6, Virginia Tech nothing. And the pitch. Fastball shot back into the netting. Up on the fists at 91. And it's 1-2. Mentioned the wet weather keeping probably a good chunk of the fans away for this one tonight that perhaps otherwise would have been in attendance. 1-2 pitch missed outside, 2-2. Fastball wide. The other conflict was the Virginia Tech women's basketball team playing in the Final Four in Texas. And that was a 7 o'clock start. I got to imagine some people opted to watch that. 2-2, bounced in, and it's full at 3-2. LSU has won that game 79-72, so the Hokies women's basketball season will end there. But, you know, I think if anyone was considering coming over afterwards, Sauke a wave and a miss and a breaking ball in the turf, and catcher Ebel applies the tag. Sauke is out on strikes. Third strike out of the game from Hackenberg, and the second time he's gotten Sauke in this game.
Next up for UVA, number 7, Henry Godbout.
Now Henry Godbout, 2 outs, bases empty for Virginia. Finish the thought, was just going to say, I wonder if, looking up at A, the score of this game after that basketball game went final, and B, the less than optimal conditions, as a fastball over the inside edge to Godbout, 1-1. And maybe that is keeping it at a lighter crowd. There are still some fans in the seats. I mean, it's still a rivalry game, and would expect crowd size to grow as the weekend continues. Godbout, little check swing roller to third, picked up by the third baseman DeMartini, throws to first. And a 1-2-3 inning for Drew Hackenberg. And boy, did he ever need that after 2 very long initial innings of work tonight. As we go to the bottom half of the third after 2.5 innings of play in Blacksburg. Virginia 6, Virginia Tech nothing.
For some Sandlot trivia.
Right, we are ready to play some Sandlot trivia here. We got Dana and Brenna, but Dana's going to be answering this question. Dana, how well do you know the Sandlot? Not at all, but you're going to answer this one right, I think. I believe in you. Okay. What is the only night of the year that the boys in the Sandlot can play at night? What is the holiday? It is the 4th of July. Dana knows something about the Sandlot. Big shouts to Dana and Brenna. Dana is walking back to her seat, a real Sandlot expert.
There was only one night game a year. On the 4th of July, the whole sky would light up with fireworks. Benny felt like that all the time. We all knew he was going to go on to bigger and better games. Because every time we stopped to watch the sky on those nights, like regular kids, he was there to call us back. You see, for us, baseball was a game. But for Benjamin Franklin Rodriguez, baseball was life.
A 6-0 Wahoo lead in the opener of this Commonwealth Clash from Blacksburg, Virginia. We are at English Field at Atlantic Union Bank Park. And Virginia, with 3 in the first, 3 in the second, have a 6-0 lead over the host Virginia Tech. For VPI in this third inning, Garrick Ebel, Clay Grady, and Garrett Michelle, the 9-1-2 hitters in the lineup, as Brian Edgington back to the mound, coming off a 1-2-3 second inning in which he only threw 10 pitches. Righty against righty, pitch to Ebel. Fastball just missed, 1-0. Edgington now back into the windup, and the next one a called strike. So 1-1 now to Ebel, junior catcher and right-handed batter, hitting at .271 in the season with a home run, 7 runs batted in. Pitch misses low, 2 balls and a strike to him. Ebel, 13 hits in 48 at-bats. Has been somewhat of a rotation behind the plate for Virginia Tech. Henry Cook has also seen some time behind the plate, as Virginia Tech has rotated some guys through the lineup. Bouncing ball on one hop to Henry Godbout, fields low and throws on to first, and there's one away. And Brody Donnet, who is the designated hitter today, has also seen time behind the plate.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Hokies. Now at the plate, number 9.
Clay Grady, who singled his first time up. Infield single, on which O'Farrell made a nice play, but could not throw him out at first. He is back at the plate now, freshman shortstop for the Hokies. And the pitch now from Edgington. Swing and a miss. Good slider to start him. And he had Grady out in front of the pitch, 0-1. Edgington stretches out the arm. Now the grad transfer right-hander back into the windup, and his 0-1. Showing bunt, Grady pulls it back, takes strike 2 called. And it's 0-2. We're in the home half of the third. Our score, Virginia 6, Virginia Tech 0. And Edgington back into the windup, his 0-2 pitch. Reached for, bounced up the middle, off the mound, handled by Godbout, throws low to first, but picked off the turf by Ethan Anderson. Good job by Anderson picking up his teammate there. Nice adjustment by Godbout as well, as that ball shot off the mound high into the air, and he had to change his angle to make the play. So 2 up, 2 down, and a couple of ground ball outs over to Godbout.
Number 25, Garrett Michelle.
Now Garrett Michelle, another freshman. Tech with 3 of them in their starting lineup tonight. Grady, Michelle, and Donnet. First pitch to him misses a little bit low. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Michelle is out of Denver, North Carolina, and East Lincoln High School. Righty deals, late swing and a miss. And a fastball up, maybe even out of the strike zone. And Edgington ready to go again. Right-hander winds and delivers. Virginia has the shift on. 3 infielders to the right of second, and a fastball at the knees for strike 2 called to the freshman out of East Lincoln High School. On Lake Norman to the western side of Lake Norman, a little bit northwest of Charlotte, where Michelle hails from. 1-2 pitch now from Edgington. Swing and a miss. He struck him out again. Edgington has 5 strikeouts in the ballgame, 2 of them against Garrett Michelle. At the end of now 3 complete in Blacksburg. Our score remains Virginia 6, Virginia Tech nothing.
Like the size of a whale, but then it's just the size of a dog. Beast. We'll go foul, just because name. I mean, I really don't know where it's from.
Foul. Beast just ruins everything, you know? So I'm gonna go with foul now.
Fair, just wanted to play. I'll go fair. I love dogs.
Beast. Fair. Cool. The beast is fair. I mean, you gotta have some conflict in the story.
The Beast is fair. He's pretty cute dog. He's pretty fast.
Beast.
That dog's scary.
The beast fair.
That guy was also one like the, I guess you call him villain growing up. Ended up being a cute dog. I'd say fair, you know.
3 complete in the books from English Field in Blacksburg. It is Virginia 6, Virginia Tech nothing. And your 3-inning totals in this one brought to you by Charlottesville and Crozet Blue Ridge Dental with a focus on patient satisfaction and innovative strategies. Charlottesville and Crozet Blue Ridge Dental is Central Virginia's home for innovative dental care. Online at cbrdental.com. The visiting Who's 6 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. One of those 2 runners left in scoring position. Harrison Didewick, Griff O'Farrell, Ethan O'Donnell. 9-1-2 in the lineup. Didewick takes a called strike at the knees, 0-1. As Drew Hackenberg is back to the mound and in the 80s in terms of pitch count in this 4th inning. The 0-1. Breaking ball, yes he did, 0-2. For Virginia Tech, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. Again, 6-5-1 for Virginia, 0-2-0 for Virginia Tech. Now the right-handers 0-2 pitch to Didewick. Way outside, 1-2. Virginia getting to Hackenberg for 3 in the first, 3 more in the second before he put together a 1-2-3 third inning. Didewick, a wave and a miss and a ball that bounced in, scooped up cleanly by Ebel. Throws down to first to complete the strikeout. That is strikeout number 4 for Drew Hackenberg. Well, like with any series opener in league play, Hackenberg going to have to give Virginia Tech a little bit of depth, and that third inning certainly helped in getting things as much in order as they can. I mean, you know, he's still in the 80s in terms of pitch count. He's gone as many as 109 in a game this season. Now O'Farrell, and the pitch down and away, 1-0. If he could somehow squeeze out 5 innings tonight, I think, considering how this game started, Virginia Tech would be very happy with that. The 1-0 pitch now to O'Farrell, who's been on base both times. Bounced left side towards his counterpart from way over in the hole. Grady throws to first, but oh, wow, they called him out. That is going to be overturned, I have to imagine. Brian O'Connor immediately to either ear. That ball that bounced on the throw from the shortstop felt like it took an eternity to get into the glove of the first baseman. And clearly, as the ball was bouncing between that hop and the glove of the first baseman, O'Farrell clearly got to the base. He came through it, arms extended to either side, showing safe to first base sump Ryan Clark. And let's see if we get a slowed down look in the booth. Oh, yeah. Even from the angle behind the first baseman, which is not the best angle to see exactly when the ball goes into the glove. I mean, even from that angle, you could tell that O'Farrell was safe. It's a bit of a trek for the umpires to get to the review booth, but they are hustling their way off. And now we get a good look at it, and I don't know why they have not slowed it down to, well, now they finally freeze-framed it. O'Farrell, foot on the base. You can still see the ball in the air. So he should be safe when we come back from this video review. I got to give kudos to the guys. Yeah, they are finally getting to the frame-by-frame, and his foot is on the base clearly with the ball still not yet in the glove of first baseman Garrett Michelle. I don't know how long this review is going to take, in part because of how far the umpires had to go to get to the review booth. They are now running their way back around, winding around Virginia's dugout to get back from the review area. And Perry Costello going into his strut back over to the Virginia Tech side. And the call has been overturned. O'Farrell is safe. So the replay process works. And a runner at first base now with one out for Ethan O'Donnell. The pitch, swing and a foul ball back into the netting. I thought maybe during that review, Virginia Tech would take the opportunity to get somebody throwing in the bullpen. You know, again, I have to imagine they suspected the same and had access to see the video that he was going to be safe. And O'Donnell misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. O'Donnell, who has been Hackenberg's biggest thorn in the side, a 12-pitch at bat in the first that ended in a walk. And the 3-run homer to right field his last time up. 1-1 pitch from Hackenberg. That's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Virginia 6, Virginia Tech nothing. We are in the top of the 4th as Perry Costello ushers Ethan O'Donnell back into the batter's box. And Hackenberg from the stretch. Runner at first base with 1 out. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball right side. That's going to get through for another base hit for Ethan O'Donnell. First to third in the play goes O'Farrell, who dives in headlong on the brown turf. He is in safely at third. And Virginia has runners at the corners with just 1 out for Jake Geloff.
Next up, number 22, Jake Geloff.
Now, for the moment, nobody throwing in Virginia Tech's bullpen. And they've got the bullpen mound tarped up with all of the rainfall that was coming down in the early innings and pregame. Now the pitch to Geloff, downstairs, 1-0. But would not be surprised if they at least take that first step of removing the tarp before too long. As Hackenberg about to throw his 93rd pitch of the ball game here in the 4th. O'Farrell at third, O'Donnell at first. Runner goes from first, pitches upstairs, throw to second base, not in time. As O'Donnell is in safely with a stolen base, that takes the ground ball double play out of the equation. Quick release from Ebel, the catcher, but the throw was on the shortstop side of the bag and took the second baseman Martin a little bit to corral it. And there was no reason to apply a tag as O'Donnell was in safely with his 7th stolen base of the year. So second and third, 1 out now. The pitch to Geloff. Swinging a ball lifted down the right field line, slicing towards foul territory that will get out of play. There's a little picnic area tent down there. Nobody is utilizing that tent tonight, but the tent still stands. The foul ball bounced off the white roofing of that tent. And a nice big splash of water came off of that tent that had obviously been collected from all the rainfall. 1-2 pitch. And inside, breaking ball missed, and Geloff leaning back out of the way and then flinched as if to think, uh-oh, that might catch the zone. It did not. And then Geloff sort of nodding his head side to side at himself. But fortunately, that ball did stay inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And the pitch. Swing, and he spins it off the cap of the bat foul. We'll do it again, 2-2. Scoreboard still showing Ethan O'Donnell's headshot. And obviously, Jake Geloff doesn't need any affirmation that he is the heart and soul of this lineup. But the way O'Donnell's swinging it tonight, he's probably just as happy to see Ethan's smiling face in the scoreboard. Second and third, 1 out. Geloff swings, skies one left center field, charging in the center fielder, and he is going to go into a dive and can't come up with it. Comes to a stop in the far side of the VT logo in center field. In from third is O'Farrell. Right behind him from second, O'Donnell. Virginia tacks on 2 more on the RBI double from Jake Geloff. 8-0 Hoos here in the 4th. The center fielder Hurley did all he could, laying out for it, but could not get there. And Geloff has his second and third RBIs of the night. How about 40 RBIs for the season now? And his 11th double, second of the night. Somebody now trotting down to that Virginia Tech bullpen. A couple of guys walking down after. Somebody's going to have to start throwing. Hackenberg at 97 pitches. Honestly, a little surprising that nobody's already been throwing to this point. Ryan Fecto is out to chat with the right-hander Hackenberg. Fecto in his 6th season at Virginia Tech after a season with John Sheff at Maryland. In 2017, Sheff's final season with the Terps, and stayed with him in the move from College Park to Blacksburg. 8-0 Hoos in the 4th. Kyle Teal, the batter. Runner at second base, still just 1 out in the 4th. The pitch, check swing, doesn't matter, called a strike. And it's 0-1. I think Teal was confirming with Perry Costello that he called the pitch a strike and not on that check swing attempt. Geloff at second, 1 out. And the pitch, swing and a miss. A little bit tardy on a fastball. And now somebody is at least stretching in that Hokies bullpen. We are in the top of the 4th. 8-0 Virginia leads. From the belt, right-hander Hackenberg deals, and Teal slaps it foul left side. Down into the Virginia Tech dugout. We'll do it again, 0-2. And Hackenberg again to the set at the belt. Kicks, deals. Teal lifts it foul and out of play. Again, Hackenberg is from the Charlottesville area, Palmyra native, and played on the other side of town out in Crozet at the Miller School. 6'2" right-hander who was a first-team all-conference selection last year. Again, he went 10-2 with a 3.30 earned run average over 92 innings. As Teal takes strike 3 called over the outside corner or close to it. Teal is grumbling as he makes his way back to the dugout. Looking up at the scoreboard, hoping they would show a replay of how wide that pitch missed to him. Now Ethan Anderson is the batter. That is strikeout number 5, by the way, for Hackenberg. And the pitch to Anderson, taken down, 1 ball, no strikes. Obviously the name Hackenberg, notable all over the place in sports. Older brother Christian, quarterback at Penn State, eventually number 51 overall pick by the Jets back in 2016. Anderson thought about it, does not offer to slider down and in, 2-0. Hackenberg is up over 100 pitches now. Older brother Brandon played soccer at Penn State, then was the number 22 overall pick in the 2021 MLS draft. Anderson bounces it back to the mound, fielded by Hackenberg. He will flip to the first baseman covering, and that will retire the side. 1-3 on the putout. but not before Virginia tacks on 2 more here in the 4th. And at the end of 3.5 innings of play in Blacksburg, it is now Virginia 8, Virginia Tech nothing. As we will return home half of the 4th, and Brian Edgington back to the mound after this.
Entering the stands during the game. Also, you can return foul to the marketing table for a free bacon voucher courtesy of Smithfield. And tonight's Commonwealth Clash is presented by Smithfield. Stop by your local retailer and pick up a pack of Smithfield bacon tonight. Smithfield, for the love of bacon.
Cavaliers lead the Hokies 8-0 as we go bottom 4 in Blacksburg. And for UVA, Brian Edgington back to the mound. And this could be a tough inning. He's got to face the heart of the lineup for Virginia Tech. Jack Hurley, Carson DiMartini, and Christian Martin, 3, 4, 5 in the lineup. Edgington has retired 8 consecutive Hokies and has struck out 5 tonight. Right-hander out of Hatboro, Pennsylvania, deals. And a fastball a little bit wide, 1-0. Could not get the call from Perry Costello. Edgington, last 3 years at Elon. As he's now back into the windup, the 1-0 pitch. Little roller right side off the turf, picked up by Godbout, underhands to first. And Hurley retired 4-3 and make it 9 straight now retired by Edgington. The year prior in 2019, a year of JUCO ball at Mercer County Community College, the Vikings in West Windsor, New Jersey. After his freshman season at St. Joe's, near his hometown of Hatboro, Pennsylvania. Pitching for the Hawks out of the A-10 in Philadelphia, all the way back in 2018. Now a 6th-year senior at Virginia. Pitch up and away. 1 ball, no strikes to Carson DiMartini. Called out on strikes his first time up. 8-0 Hoos in the 4th. And Edgington tugging at the orange brim of that blue cap. Now stretches out the arms. And the right-hander ready to work. His 1-0 pitch. DiMartini again shows bunt and pulls it back. Pitch misses upstairs, 2-0. Last year at Elon, he was the Phoenix Friday starter, and also this season he has made a Friday start. In fact, it was opening weekend. He got the nod on opening day in Charlottesville in that relocated game from Wilmington to Disharoon Park, where he pitched against Navy. There's a fastball strike, 2-1. In a game that Virginia won 24-5. Edgington worked 4 1/3 innings in that Friday start. Now back into the windup and the 2-1. And there's a called strike. And he's actually made a couple of other Friday starts, as it's now 2-2. The second weekend, he was slotted to be the Saturday guy, but if you'll remember, that series with Columbia ended up being a Friday doubleheader to avoid oncoming rain later in the weekend. 2-2 pitch bounced in, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now to DiMartini, the cleanup man for the Hokies. So although it was a Friday start, it was game 2 of that doubleheader. And then at NC State, he started on Friday, but that's because that series was the Thursday, Friday, Saturday variety. So all told, he's actually made a decent number of starts on a Friday this season. Payoff pitch is just low. That'll get some barking from the Virginia fans here as DeMartini works a one-out walk. 8-0 Virginia here in the fourth. And the batter is Christian Martin. That was pitch number 50 of the game from Brian Edgington. And Martin, another left-handed batter, the fourth of the 4 straight that they have in the order. And the next pitch, a called strike at the knees, 0-1. There is a right-hander throwing in the bullpen, and with Hackenberg at 105 pitches through 4 innings, would not be at all surprised if that is it for him tonight. A check on the runner at first. Sidewinding righty in the bullpen for the Hokies, but that doesn't necessarily narrow it down. They've got 3 or 4 lower arm slot right-handers on their roster. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Had him out in front, and it's 0-2. That is Jacob Exum, freshman right-hander throwing in the Hokies bullpen now. 8 runs, 8 hits for Virginia in this game, leading at 8-0 in the fourth. Now the 0-2 pitch. Edgington deals. It's fouled away left side. He got Martin swinging back in the first, as he actually struck out the side in the first, although allowed a couple of singles in the inning. And left runners at second and third. Edgington spins, throws to first. Virginia changing things up defensively. They had the shift on against Martin for the first few pitches of the at-bat, and now they opt to go back to essentially standard depth against him. Now the 0-2 pitch from Edgington. Swinging a hard hit ball foul. Look out between first and the Hokies first base coaching box where volunteer assistant Tyler Hansen operates. And we'll do it again, 0-2. On Christian Martin, sophomore second baseman, bats from the left side of the plate. Right on top of the chalk line, etched into the turf, home plate circle. The 0-2, up and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Edgington, meanwhile, now into the mid-50s in terms of pitch count. That was pitch number 55. Runner at first base, 1 out. The pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Went changeup and missed away to even the count at 2-2. In-park radar gun seems to have stopped working this half inning. On the scoreboard next to the balls, strikes, and outs, they have been showing miles an hour, but not, at least in this batter. The 2-2 pitch from Edgington. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, went back to the fastball. Martin is down swinging for the second time tonight. That is strikeout number 6 in the ball game for Brian Edgington.
Next up for the Hokies, number 19, Brody Donay.
Now Brody Donay for Virginia Tech popped out of the second baseman his first time up. Tall right-handed batter Donay. And he spins it off the end of the bat up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Picked up in center field by O'Donnell. Over to third base goes DeMartini. And they're at the corners with 2 outs. Just sort of flailed the bat out there and poked it. And somehow got it through the infield. Both Godbout and O'Farrell were positioned fairly far away from second base, and it just
Number 29, Carson Jones.
somehow snuck through in between them for a base hit for Brody Donay. Now Carson Jones and Virginia Tech has a man into scoring position for the first time since the first inning. And see if Edgington can claw his way through and post another 0. Pitch is grounded right side. Godbout gets the big hop. Underhands to O'Farrell at second, and that will retire the side. 4-6 on the fielder's choice. Another 0 from Brian Edgington. 4 of them on the scoreboard so far tonight. We are through 4 complete in Blacksburg. Virginia 8, Virginia Tech nothing.
Hokie fans, be sure to stop by the concession stand for all your favorite ballpark snacks. And your attention, please. A new pitcher on the mound for Virginia Tech. Now pitching the right-hander, number 37, Jacob Exum. Leading off the fifth for the Cavaliers, number 16, Anthony Stifles.
Limited action on the season for Jacob Exum, but he indeed takes over as we go to the fifth. 8-0 Virginia. Cavaliers have knocked the Hokie ace Drew Hackenberg out of the game nice and early as Anthony Stefan takes a called strike from the sidewinder Exum, a freshman. Exum out of Virginia Beach, and the pitch, swinging a bouncer right side over to play at the first baseman. He will take it to the bag himself in a foot race and beat Stefan just by a step. And there's one away as it goes 3 unassisted. For the first out here in the fifth. Mentioned limited action for Exum. 4th appearance overall, no record of 4.15 earned run average. He has only tossed a total of 4 1/3 innings, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 5 hits allowed in those 4 1/3 innings. He misses outside to Sauke, 1-0. 6'4", 190-pound righty. Tall, lanky right-hander who wears number 37 for the Hokies. Next one waved at and missed, and it's 1-1. Sauke 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts in the game. 1 out, base is empty here in the fifth. 8-0 Virginia. As Exum ready, deals. Slider outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Listed as a Virginia Beach native, but played at the Miller School of Albemarle. They have a couple of Miller School Mavericks on the roster. The starter Hackenberg and this man Exum. They've used both on the mound in this game. Pitch down and away, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. I beg your pardon, they have a third, Henry Cook, although he split his time in high school between Stewart's Draft High School and the Miller School. Hitters count for Sauke 3-1. Righty Exum deals. Outside, ball 4. So a 1-out base on balls to put Sauke aboard. And now Henry Godbout will be the batter for Virginia. Going late into the night on this Friday. It'll be a 7 o'clock first pitch tomorrow. We will have it for you on 1070 AM, 98.9 FM, anywhere on WINA.com. And, of course, every game, as you might be listening right now, available through the Virginia Sports app. Now the pitch to Godbout. Down and away, lunging after it, the catcher, Garrick Ebel. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. 8-0 Hoos. And the 1-0 pitch. Swing, and he rockets it foul. Very early on it. Also very well hit. Skies have opened up again. It is raining once again in Blacksburg. Fairly light rain, although the fact that it has come back at all is an unfortunate sight. Thought we had made our way past all the rain today. So there's been more than enough of it in Southwest Virginia. Now the 1-1 pitch from Exum. Swing and a miss. Had him out in front of an off-speed pitch. And it's 1-2. Runner at first base is Casey Sauke. 1 out in the inning. And the 1-2 pitch now to Henry Godbout. Runner goes. That one gets to the backstop. Sauke will take a turnaround second. And should go down as a stolen base. Sauke running on the pitch. And that'll be stolen base number 4 in as many tries for Casey Sauke this season. So he's at second with 1 out. Virginia looking to tack on. The 2-2 pitch now to Godbout. Swing and a foul ball back into the netting. We'll do it again, 2-2. Virginia with 3 in the first, 3 more in the second on Ethan O'Donnell's 3-run homer, and 2 in the fourth on Jake Geloff's 2 RBI double. The RBIs in the first came from Geloff, Teal, and Anderson. Next one swung on and missed. Elevated with an off-speed pitch, it looked like, and just had Godbout off balance. He's down on strikes, and there are 2 down now for Harrison Didowick. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Core Real Estate. When you're ready to have a conversation about your family's next dream home, call Jeff Maddie with Core Real Estate. Online at coreseville.com. Left-hander Didowick against the righty Exum, and he swings and skies it right side, giving chase the first baseman Michelle. But he runs out of room. Top of the 5th in Blacksburg. Virginia 8, Virginia Tech nothing, as home plate ump Perry Costello gets some new baseballs brought in from the Virginia Tech bench. And Exum surveying his wristband, now peers in. Runner at second base, 2 outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's quickly 0-2. Didowick in the game has walked and scored. He came around as one of the 3 guys to score on O'Donnell's home run. And he struck out swinging in the 4th. Exum staring down the runner at second, Sauke. His time asked for and granted. That is a pitch clock violation on the pitcher, Exum. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count now. The pitch, and that is strike 3 called. Didowick is rung up. A couple of strikeouts in the inning for Exum. And at the end of 4.5 innings of play, we are halfway home. As we go to the bottom of the 5th, it's Virginia 8, Virginia Tech nothing.
And now we're going to go back downstairs for a little game with the plate.
It's time to play the s'more off. We have Nate here and we have Michael. What we have to do is assemble a s'more with chopsticks in the first. Do that is the winner of a year's worth of Smithfield bacon. All right, like things now. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Make the s'more. Come on, taught these guys. Or come on, guys. Let's see. Will it be Nate? Will it be Michael? And it looks like it is Nate. Congratulations to Nate. He is the winner of a year's worth of Smithfield bacon. And a big shout out to every teacher at Andrew Lewis Middle School. These guys have a lot of energy, so I'm thinking of you guys.
These are s'more stuff. And pay attention. First, you take the ground. You stick the chocolate on the ground. Then, you roast the marble. When the marble's flaming, you stick it on the chocolate. Then, you cover it with the other end. Yeah, me too. Then, you scarf. I don't like that. Kind of messy, but good. Try it.
Midway through this series opener from English Field, Virginia 8, Virginia Tech nothing. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Brian Edgington back to the mound for Virginia. Edgington to face the 8-9-1 hitters for Virginia Tech. Eddie Eisert, who struck out swinging his first time up. Switch hitter batting left. Edgington deals. And a fastball outside, 1-0. Edgington just threw his 60th pitch of the game. As the right-hander ready to go, and the 1-0. That's upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. To Eisert. Again, junior starting in left field today, a switch hitter. Transfer from NC State, where he spent the last couple of seasons. Limited playing time for the Wolfpack. The 2-0 pitch. Swing, and he pops it up the third base line, foul territory for Geloff, winding back around to make the catch right up against the chalk in foul ground. And Eisert is retired, and there's one away.
Next up for the Hokies.
Now for Garrick Ebel.
Ebel.
And Ebel out of the Baylor School in Tennessee. Same high school as Virginia's second baseman, Henry Godbout. Righty against righty, the pitch. Upstairs, 1-0. Ebel grounded out to Godbout his first time up. 6-foot-tall right-handed hitter, the catcher tonight for the Hokies. Just 13 games, 4 starts last year as a sophomore. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss late on a fastball, and it's 1-1. A little bit more playing time this season for Virginia Tech. Ebel making his 15th start of the year here tonight. And what amounts to game 25 for the Hokies. 1-1 pitch. That one bounced in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Virginia leads 8-0, home half of the 5th. 1 out, base is empty. And Edgington, this will complete his second time through the lineup. And this matchup with Ebel. Right-hander's 2-1 pitch now as he kicks, deals. Fastball, strike 2 called. And it's 2-2. Edgington's been 90 to 92 with the fastball as per usual. Good slider and changeup as well from the right-hander tonight. And the veteran winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. Blew a fastball by him, elevated at 91. 7 strikeouts in the game tonight for Brian Edgington.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Hokies. Now at the plate, number 9, Clay Brady.
So 2 outs, bases empty. Now for the top of the order, and Clay Grady, freshman shortstop, 1 for 2 in the ball game. Edgington working righty against righty. And the pitch. Breaking ball outside, 1-0. Looks like the rain has again stopped. Maybe just a little brief drizzle over the last inning after it had been raining for the first about inning and a half of this game. Then took a break. Pitch outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Now to Grady. Freshman shortstop immediately into the everyday shortstop spot at Anandman River High School in Suffolk. 5'9" right-handed batter. And Edgington's 2-0 pitch is a called strike, 2-1. And although a true freshman, he did spend the summer in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League playing for the Watertown Rapids and put up quite the show. 28 games, Grady hit .402 with a homer and 21 RBIs. 2-1 pitch misses low, 3-1. 21 RBIs in 28 games, and he also stole 12 bases. Named the second team All-Perfect Game League squad for what he did this past summer. The pitch. Swing, and he fouled it back. Count is full at 3-2. And hitting .402, 102 at bats. I mean, a legitimate sample size for Grady. 41 hits and 102 at bats. In a collegiate summer league in the summer prior to this, his true freshman season. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, and the base is empty. Edgington again kicks, deals, and he walked him. That one popped away from Teal, who will go and retrieve it and sling it back to Edgington as Grady reaches it first on the 2-out walk. And now Garrett Michelle will be the batter.
Now at the plate for the Hokies.
Another freshman, the Hokies first baseman. As now with Edgington at 73 pitches, Kyle Teal is going to go take a walk to the mound and chat with him. Here in Blacksburg, really not much temperature change. Still sitting at 52 degrees, same as when this ball game got underway. Might actually warm up a little bit overnight. And tomorrow supposed to be a good bit warmer, although was told before the game that the wind tomorrow night might be a little bit wild when tomorrow's ball game gets underway. Although we have become accustomed to that in the games at Disharoon Park a lot of the time in the early part of this season. Pitch a called strike to Michelle, 0-1. Runner at first base, 2 outs following the visit from Kyle Teal. Talking with Edgington. Trying to work through this 5th inning unscathed. 8-0 Virginia is our score. Right-hander from the belt. Long hold, the pitch. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. That ball is slicing, and it will just get foul. Oof, by a couple of feet. Not much more than that, if that. And it's just a long strike 2 on Garrett Michelle. Right-hander has the sign from Teal. Kicks, deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out for the 3rd time tonight. The hat trick for Garrett Michelle. That is strikeout number 8 for Brian Edgington in the ballgame. Another 0 He's put up 5 of them now. After 5 complete in Blacksburg, Virginia 8, Virginia Tech nothing.
And we're going back down to Bailey for Sandlot theme game.
Sandlot theme game here. It is a Sandlot puzzle game, and we have Kelton and we have Gage. This is the puzzle they have to assemble. They have 8 pieces in those red solo cups. So I'm already talking too much. Are you guys ready? Yeah, you guys seem really psyched. All right, in 3, 2, 1, pour 'em out. 8 pieces. Let's get this puzzle together. That is the final puzzle. What it should look like. It's the Sandlot movie poster. Come on, guys. Will it be Kelton? Will it be Gage? Come on. Kelton said he wasn't good at puzzles, but I think that Kelton might. Oh, look at Gage. He's just a few pieces away. Come on, Gage. And it will be. And we got our. Kelton is our winner. Congratulations to Kelton. Come on, Kelton. Celebrate, buddy. He of a Hokie. Oh, come on. Congratulations to you. Keep your prize.
As we go to the 6th inning in Blacksburg, Virginia, we will take a look at the out-of-town scores around the league. Our broadcast is always brought to you by the Aberdeen Barn, Virginia's finest steakhouse. Stop in before or after your next UVA game for a truly special experience online at aberdeenbarn.com. 8-0 Wahoos as we go to the 6th. And for Virginia, again facing the sidewinding freshman righty Jacob Exum. Top of the order. In the top of the 6th, O'Farrell, O'Donnell, and Geloff. Beginning with last night's final, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday variety for Wake and Clemson. And Wake won the opener at Doug Kingsmore Stadium 8-3 last night. Brett Loader improving to 6-0, allowed just 1 earned run over 7 innings to get yet another win for the Demon Deacons, who hit 3 home runs in the game. And tonight in Clemson, South Carolina, as O'Farrell swinging at the first one, bounces it over the pitcher's head, charging in is the shortstop Grady to field and throw out his counterpart 6-3. O'Farrell retired in the first pitch of the inning. Tonight, Wake with 1 in the 8th to tie it, 1 in the 9th to win it. They take down Clemson 4-3 in come-from-behind fashion. And they have won the series, and the second-ranked Demon Deacons will go for a sweep tomorrow. A final from Raleigh, North Carolina, as Ethan O'Donnell takes a called strike. This doesn't sound like a horror story that is familiar. NC State 6, Louisville 5. The Cardinals, as O'Donnell swings and fouls it away, score 4 times in the 8th to take the lead. NC State with 3 in the bottom of the 9th, walk it off and win it 6-5. Although again, thankfully, when that happened to Virginia, they had already won the series at Doak Field. 8-0 Virginia here in the 6th inning. The 0-2 pitch to Ethan O'Donnell. Swing and a miss. Exum up the ladder with a fastball. Struck him out. And Exum, who again has had very limited activity on the mound for Virginia Tech this season. An inning against Radford in late February, 3 innings against UMass Lowell, and a blowout of a midweek game that they won 22-4. And a third of an inning against Miami. That's all that he has seen in terms of action prior to tonight. And he's now worked an inning and 2/3 scoreless. Geloff bunting for a base hit. Drops a beauty down the third base line. The third baseman makes an ill-advised throw to first base. Steve Martini First baseman Michelle just came off the base and went way up the line to make the catch. No chance he was going to get Geloff there, who has himself a bunt base hit and a 3-hit night for Jake Geloff. Couple of RBI doubles and now a bunt single for Jake, who says he can't do it all. Now Kyle Teal, runner at first base, 2 outs. In Coral Gables tonight, it was all Canes. Rivalry game, but Miami shuts out Florida State 11-0. And the dreadful stretch for the Seminoles continues. Florida State who again swept by Virginia last weekend in Charlottesville, had their midweek game with the University of Florida postponed. The pitch to Teal swung on and skied left side, back of third. Long run for DeMartini, the third baseman. It's the no one is going to get it. The left fielder called for it, then slid, and that ball bounced away from him. Geloff's going to come in to score all the way from first. And it looked like the left fielder had called off the 2 infielders as they both stopped and moved out of the way, but on a sliding attempt, Hurley could not come up with it. The ball lands in. Teal ends up at second, and it's 9-0 Virginia. I don't think there's any guarantee that one of the 2 infielders, DeMartini or Grady, was going to get to that ball, but it did look like at least Grady might have had a better play or a better chance than the left fielder Eddie Eisert did, but it was Eisert that took charge, and ultimately it's an RBI double for Teal and his 27th RBI of the season. Now Ethan Anderson, switch hitter, batting left. 9-0 Hoos in the 6th. And now time asked for, and the catcher, Ebel, is going to go talk to the right-hander, Exum. Well, with that 11-0 Florida State loss, they have now hit their longest losing streak in program history. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly from last Sunday, that game on Sunday made it 6 straight for the Seminoles. Today would make it a 7-game losing streak for Florida State. Runner at second base with 2 outs. And Anderson takes a call to strike, 0-1. Elsewhere in the ACC, how about Pitt? They are playing some good baseball in Durham tonight. A 13-1 win over the Blue Devils. That one hits Anderson on the foot and bounced its way to the backstop, but Teal heading for third base, sent back by home plate umpire Perry Costello, seeing that ball had clearly hit Anderson on the foot. So now Anthony Stefan for Virginia. 2 men on with 2 men out. 1 run home in the inning. It's 9-0 Hoos. 9 runs, 10 hits for Virginia. No runs, 3 hits for Virginia Tech. The pitch to Anthony Stefan. Taken outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitt improves to just 12-11 on the season overall, but Pitt series win against Virginia Tech last weekend, and again, an impressive win tonight. A 13-1 final. Pitched down and away to Stefan. 2 balls, no strikes. And with the win tonight is Stefan, a cut and a miss at a changeup a little bit out in front, 2-1. Pitt now 4-4 in the ACC. They've had a couple of canceled games because of weather, so that's why they've played 8 instead of the full 10 games at this point. Always an issue for the northern schools in the league. 2-1 pitch. And Stefan takes strike 2 call. Generous outside edge is back, and it's 2-2. 2 outs, runners at first and second. For Virginia, Teal at second, Anderson at first. 9-0 Hoos. The 2-2 pitch to Stefan. Up and away, 3 balls, 2 strikes. In South Bend, 13th ranked North Carolina, a 10-8 win tonight over the Fighting Irish in the series opener there. Now the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. And that will load him up with 2 outs and get Casey Sauke to the plate with an opportunity to keep on adding and get Virginia into double figures. Already 1 run home in the inning and a 9-0 Cavalier lead. Sauke, who walked his last time up, otherwise 0 for 2. Bases loaded up with who's, 2 outs in this 6th inning. And Sauke takes over the inside corner for a called strike. And finally, it was Georgia Tech 5 and 14th ranked Boston College 4. In Brighton, Massachusetts, Sauke swings. He was on it, fouls it straight back. And it's quickly 0-2. Boston College, a valiant effort. 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th to get back into it in the late innings, but came up just short. As Georgia Tech wins it 5-4 in the opener in Brighton. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch to Sauke. Swing, and he fouled it away right side. So again, winners in the league tonight. Georgia Tech beats Boston College. UNC beat Notre Dame. Wake beat Clemson, and so Wake has already won that series that started last night. NC State beat Louisville. Pitt beat Duke, and Miami beat Florida State. The 0-2 pitch, outside, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball missing well off the outside corner. There is additional activity now behind Exum. A left-hander has just started throwing in the Virginia Tech bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Righty against righty. Exum deals, and a swing and a high chopper out towards short. Fielded by Grady. Slings to first. And the inning is over. 6-3 in the putout. Virginia cannot add anything further, but do get a run across in the inning. They will leave the bases loaded, and after now 5.5 innings of play, Virginia 9, Virginia Tech nothing.
Leading off the bottom of the 6 for the Hokies, number 31, Jack Hurley.
9-0 Virginia. Another double-digit hit performance for the Wahoos. 9 runs, 10 hits. And Virginia Tech here in the 6th inning will have Jack Hurley, Carson DiMartini, and Christian Martin to face the righty Brian Edgington. His first pitch misses outside, 1-0. Equally impressive to what Virginia's offense has done yet again tonight is what Brian Edgington has done on the mound. 5 scoreless frames to this point in the ball game. The right-hander winds his 1-0 pitch. Shot back to the screen. 1-1. Mentioned a lot of long sleeves for both teams on this chilly and rainy Friday night in Blacksburg. Hurley has actually gone with the hoodie underneath his jersey. You can see the hood of his sweatshirt hanging out the back over his name above the number on the back of his uniform. Fouls the pitch away, and it's 1-2. Covering up the HUR. All that you can see is the LEY above the number 31. Pinstripe jersey, vest tops for Virginia Tech. The Who's wearing the orange uniforms today. Virginia in blue cursive across the chest, white pants, blue cap with the orange brim. Next one bounced right side, right into the middle of that shift. Godbout fields, flips on to first, one away. Godbout was playing in short right field. Geloff was playing on the second base side of the bag, and you can see Jake hustling after it. He wanted to make a play on it, now exchanging a laugh with Godbout about ultimately realizing that, yes, it made more sense for Godbout to make the play, but Jake wanting to hustle after it nonetheless. So one away now for the left-hand hitting Carson DiMartini. And Edgington deals. Fastball fouled back, 0-1. DiMartini, 341 hitter a season ago. Entering today at 346. 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk in the game. 5'10 left-handed batter. Edgington deals, and a breaking ball bounced in, 1-1. DiMartini, 15 homers and 50 RBIs last year for the Hokies as a true freshman. And then went up to the Cape Cod League and played in 34 games for the Brewster Whitecaps, hitting .239. Righty on the mound against the lefty at the plate. Edgington's 1-1. Swing and a miss. Blew a fastball by him, and it's 1-2. Geloff confirming with his dugout that they want him to move to the second base side of the bag, which he does. Godbout backpedals out into short right field. 1 out, base is empty. Here in the 6th, 9-0 Virginia. Edgington again kicks, deals. Upstairs, trying to get up the chase. A fastball up and out of the zone that DiMartini lays off. Count even up at 2-2. Edgington checks the wristband, has the sign. He's ready to go. And now the right-hander's 2-2 pitch. Bounced it in, 3-2. DiMartini hit .239 in the Cape. 113 at bats. He had hits in 27 of them. Former Ocean Lakes High School Dolphin down in Virginia Beach. So payoff pitch to come now from Edgington. The righty deals. Inside, ball 4. Pushed him back out of the way, and a 1-out walk for DiMartini. That is the 3rd walk.
Now batting for the Hokies, number 3, Christian.
Allowed by Edgington in the game tonight. Now Christian Martin, sophomore from Amherst. And the pitch. Fastball fouled back, 0-1. So we are the only remaining activity on the ACC scoreboard tonight. Which makes sense. I mean, we were already the latest start at 8 o'clock as it was scheduled. Ended up delayed about a half an hour. Got going at 8:32 tonight. 0-1 missed outside, 1-1. Everything else final, and Wake and Clemson already 2/3 of the way through their series. While we play late into this Friday night. Another late one tomorrow, a 7 o'clock start before the 1 o'clock finale Sunday. Next one swung on, skied the other way. Didowick back a few steps in left and makes a one-handed catch. I think the lights might have been playing some tricks on him. He sort of crouched down as that ball was finding its way to his glove. That's out number 2.
Next up for the Hokies, number 19, Brody Donay.
Now Brody Donay for Virginia Tech with 2 outs and a man at first. First pitch from Edgington is a called strike. 0-1 to Donay, making his 10th start of the year. Came in 10 hits and 33 at-bats. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game tonight. The 0-1. Swinging a ball driven right field and deep. Sauke back. Sauke back to the track. Does he have room? And no, he has room but cannot make the catch. The ball bounces off the wall. That's going to get Virginia Tech on the scoreboard. Sauke was there. He just missed it. He was camped out underneath it and just did not make the catch. And I'm not sure if he lost it in the lights or what, but he had room and just flat out missed the baseball. So it's a 9-1 ball game. And I got to assume that'll be an E9. That was one of the stranger plays I've seen.
Now batting number 29, Carson Jones.
So, well, how about this? They have given Donay a triple for the moment. I mean, I wonder if they'll see a replay as the first pitch misses to Jones, because a look at the replay, it did not at all look like Sauke lost it in the lights. It just looked like he missed the ball. I mean, it tipped off of his glove, and he was surprised that he didn't have it. Next one bounced right side, but foul. And I would not be surprised if that scoring gets reversed. The 1-1. Swing and a miss late on a fastball from Edgington. And it's 1-2 now on Carson Jones. You know, and again, I mean, it was such an odd-looking play that, in a way, I don't really fault the official scorer for thinking. In a way, the only explanation must be that he lost it in the lights. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive, right field, base hit. Tech's going to get another one home, as in from third is Donay. And sliding in at second, Carson Jones. And the unfortunate part of it all is that drop fly ball has clearly given Virginia Tech some life. I mean, they had been lifeless at the plate against Edgington. And what looked like it was going to be the final out of the inning ends up not only bringing home the first run, but sustaining the rally such that Virginia Tech has now brought home a second run. And
pitch hitter for the Hokies,
Edgington at 95 pitches. There is activity behind him in the bullpen. And Virginia Tech will go to a pinch hitter for Isert. And they have announced Chris Canizero as the pinch hitter. Grad student from Staten Island, grad transfer from Bucknell. Canizero. Righty against righty, runner at second, 2 outs. And a slider strike, and it's 0-1. A little surprised to see Canizero not in the lineup, hitting at .374 on the season. 40 hits and 107 at-bats. But he pinch hits here in the 6th. The 0-1. Swinging the ball driven right field. Sauke's going back towards the corner, and now he will leap up and make the catch before running into the fence. And that will retire the side. Canizero gave it a pretty good ride in his pinch hit roll, but that is out number 3. So for the moment, it's a couple of earned runs. Again, I hope that they change it. And at the end of 6, either way, the Hokies are on the board. We go to the 7th, Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 2.
Also, we have recovered a lost credit card. It's a Visa with the last name Hudson, Hudson. Visa credit card Hudson. Please collect your lost credit card at the marketing table. Attention, please. Defensive change for the pinch hitter from the previous hit. That's going for Chris Canizero in left field. Leading off the 7th for number 7, Henry Godwin.
Well, Virginia maybe a little bit of work to do momentum-wise here, leading at 9-2, but the Hokies on the board last half inning, and see if Godbout, Didowick, and O'Farrell can get something back here. As Jacob Exum remains on for the Hokies. Godbout 0 for 3 in the ball game so far. 9 runs, 10 hits for Virginia. 2 runs, 5 hits for Virginia Tech. As Exum deals, Godbout takes strike 2 called, and it's 0-2. And again, what appeared to be an E9 is what has let Virginia Tech back into this game. As the pitch swung on and missed, and Exum makes quick work of Godbout. And I tell you what, for a guy that has hardly seen action this year, and only a third of an inning in ACC play in which he got roughed up by Miami, it has not looked that way for Exum tonight. He has seemed very comfortable and has been effective for the Hokies. This is 3rd inning of relief. Now Didowick takes a called strike at the knees, 0-1. The next pitch over the inside edge, called a strike. Edgington, by the way, for Virginia, is at 97 pitches, and I think he's made it through 6. I would think that based on how things ended up last half inning, that might be the time to get him out of the ball game. Bouncing ball to first, but foul. We'll do it again, 0-2. And again, there had been activity last half inning. It's kind of tough to see through the cushioned fencing beyond the right field wall who is throwing up for Virginia. But there has been activity, I can tell you that much. One out, base is empty, and the pitch. Swing and a ball lifted foul, left side and out of play. So we'll do it again, 0-2, and Virginia maybe getting back to the battling approach they had in the first, in which they forced Virginia Tech starter Drew Hackenberg to throw 42 pitches in the first inning. Really set a tone for tonight's game. 0-2 swung on and skied to right field. Drifting back Jones, but he has room right at the base of the track to make the catch. And there's one away. Well, it has been changed, again, in my mind correctly, from a triple to an E9. Tough break for Brody Donay, who for a moment thought he had an RBI triple, but I think things have been rectified. And I think for Edgington, most fairly, is a slider for a strike to O'Farrell, 0-1. Both of the runs now against him unearned. So he has gone 6 innings without allowing an earned run tonight. The 0-1. O'Farrell, a cut and a foul tip. Caught by the catcher, Ebel, and it's 0-2. Top of the 7th, 9-2 our score, and O'Farrell takes it wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Virginia, again, a lot of sustained success against Drew Hackenberg in this game, putting up 8 runs against him in his 4 innings of work. It was 8 runs on 8 hits and 3 walks. 2 outs, bases empty, and the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out again. Jared Exum had thrown a grand total of 4 1/3 innings coming into this game. He has easily had his best outing of the night, or of the season, for Virginia Tech tonight, as he has worked 3 innings of 1-run baseball out of the bullpen. Stretch time here in Blacksburg at the end of 6 1/2. It's Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 2. All stretched out in Blacksburg, Virginia. It's the Wahoos 9, the Hokies 2. Channing Poole back with you from English Field at Atlantic Union Bank Park. The all-turf facility, home of the Hokies, where Virginia leads by 7 as we go bottom 7. And for Virginia, Cavaliers will dip into the bullpen. It is Chase Hungate to make his 7th appearance of the season. And he will face a pinch hitter for Virginia Tech. They will call upon Henry Cook off the bench to bat in place of Garrick Ebel out of the 9 spot in the order here in the 7th. Hungate 1-0 with a 1.69 earned run average over 10 2/3 innings. He has struck out 16. He's walked only 2. Little spinner towards short. Going to be a tough play. Geloff cuts in front, throws to first, and in time for the out. Nice charging play from Jake Geloff on that slow roller off the bat of the pinch hitter, Henry Cook. That's the sort of weak contact that Hungate can induce all the movement from that sidearm slot, but plays like that can become difficult on infielders, and a credit to Geloff with getting a good read and a quick jump on that little jam shot spinner over towards third. Now the top of the order, and Clay Grady, who's going to meet the Virginia Tech third base coach, Kurt Elbin, halfway up the line. The rain started again between half innings, unfortunately, although it seems to have almost immediately lightened up again to just a mist almost in Blacksburg.
And now to the top of the line. Now at the plate, number 9, Clay Grady.
Righty against righty as Hungate deals to Grady. And a fastball right there for a strike, 0-1. Virginia leads 9-2. Cavaliers set the tone with 3 in the first, 3 more in the second. And a slider outside from Hungate, 1-1. Chase worked an inning in the third, scoreless in the 8-1 win over ODU on Tuesday. Struck out 3 of the 4 outs that he recorded, allowing just 1 hit. The 1-1. Swinging a ground ball right side. There to play it is Godbout. Flips on to first. And it's 2 up, 2 down here in the 7th inning. And Hungate, that emergency relief role that he had against Florida State, I mean, really burst onto the scene with an incredible performance. And I think he earned himself some additional high leverage spots. Got one against ODU, has another one here tonight. Everything in ACC play, particularly against the rival, is high leverage. Pinch hitter now for Garrett Michelle. David Bryant is going to bat. We're in the bottom of the 7th, 2 outs and the base is empty. And Bryant, 13 hits in 60 at-bats, hitting just .217 on the season. And Bryant, the grad transfer from Radford, left-hand hitter, takes it up and away, 1-0. Bryant has been a shortstop in his career, pinch hitting for the Hokies first baseman here in Michelle. I wonder if he will stay on and play first base. Left-handed hitter, Hungate deals in a swing and a foul ball back. 1-1. Grad transfer from Radford, a .307 hitter last season, starting 37 games for the Highlanders. Second team All Big South selection the year prior when he hit .364 with 7 home runs, 37 RBIs to lead the way for Radford in 2021. 1-1 pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball foul right side. Anderson will race over to retrieve it off the short wall and then drops it. That wet turf warning track area. Flips it over to a fan. And now hustles back to his spot at first base. 2 outs, base is empty. Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 2 in the 7th. The 1-2 from Hungate. Swinging a spinner foul this time. Anderson not going to have to make a play as it's a kick save from the volunteer assistant Tyler Hansen, 5th-year assistant coach at Virginia Tech, their first base coach. Played his college ball at the University of Maine at Farmington, Division III program, where he finished up in 2009. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Hungate went off speed, and the pinch hitter Bryant out in front of it. He is down on strikes. 1-2-3 go the Hokies in the 7th. Another impressive inning from Chase Hungate. He is stacking those on top of each other, and he is really becoming a key cog out of this Cavalier bullpen. We played 7 complete in Blacksburg. It's the Wahoos 9, the Hokies 2.
Fans, the Hokies return to English Field at Atlantic Union Bank Park tomorrow. So your Hokies host Virginia for game number 2. First pitch is scheduled for 7 p.m. That's tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. right here at English Field at Atlantic Union Bank Park. Don't forget to get here early for your free Virginia Tech foam hammers while supplies last. Your attention, please. Defensive changes for the Hokies. Pitcher from the previous inning, Henry Cook now in catching. And a defensive change at first base. Now playing first base. Number 2, Sam Tackett.
Cavalier Baseball brought to you in part by Town & Country Services, a family-owned business helping you keep your home beautiful since 1973. Find Town & Country online at townandcountryservices.net. 7 innings in the books in Blacksburg. The Wahoos 9, the Hokies 2, and on to the 8th, where Virginia continues to face the sidewinding righty Jacob Exum. As much as Drew Hackenberg struggled in this game, Exum is becoming a storyline because he is saving the rest of the bullpen, and for a guy that has hardly been used this year, first of all, he might be earning himself some more important looks as a bouncing ball up the middle, ranging the second baseman Martin fields and throws out O'Donnell 4-3. Ethan O'Donnell is retired. And there's one away now for Jake Geloff. But after Hackenberg was at 70 pitches through 2 innings, it looked like Virginia Tech might have to use a number of guys out of their bullpen, but Exum has just been eating up inning after inning, pitching very effectively. Sidewinding righty misses down and away to Geloff, 1-0. He is just past the 50-pitch mark now out of the bullpen. In Hackenberg, 4 innings, 8 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. The 8 runs and 8 earned runs highs for Hackenberg this season. He had allowed 7, both runs and earned runs, against Miami back on March 18th. 1 ball, 1 strike to Geloff. The pitch. Slider at the knees for a called strike. So the count 1-2. 1 out, base is empty here in the 8th. And the pitch from Exum. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Geloff is down swinging. That is 6 strikeouts over 3 2/3 innings for Exum. Now Kyle Teal.
Now at the plate for the Cavaliers, number 3, Kyle Teal.
Righty on the mound against the lefty at the plate. Teal takes the pitch downstairs. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Well, the 8 runs Virginia has put up against Hackenberg, in fact, are a career high. As Teal swings and skies it left side. Into play at Canizero. Squeezes it with 2 hands, and that will retire the side. Yet again, Exum with an effective and efficient inning. Sets down O'Donnell, Geloff, and Teal in order here in the 8th, and he has worked 4 innings of 1-run baseball out of the bullpen. This a 7-pitch inning for him. After 7.5 in Blacksburg, still Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 2.
To the bottom of the 8th we go. Leading off for the Hokies, number 31, Jack Hurley.
To the bottom of the 8th, and for Virginia, Chase Hungate remains on. He worked a 1-2-3 9-pitch 7th. See if he can do a little more of the same against the heart of the order for Virginia Tech. Jack Hurley takes a fastball outside, 1-0. Hungate, again, 9 pitches to set down the 9-1-2 hitters, but now he's got to contend with Hurley, DeMartini, and Martin. So he's going to have to earn it here in the 8th. 9-2, Virginia leads. The pitch, swing and a miss. Hurley looking to launch and about swung out of his shoes there. Count even up at 1-1 to Jack Hurley. A first-team All-ACC selection a season ago. Led the team hitting at .375. Swings and lifts this one left side and foul, slicing out of play. And indeed, Didowick will run out of room. And it's 1-2. Third-team All-American selection last year. Hit .375, 14 homers, 55 RBIs, and 23 doubles. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. As Hungate ready to go into the windup, the pitch. Just missed outside. And 2-2 the count now. Not a bad idea from Hungate there, though. See what the sidewinding righty does here. As his 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Hungate struck him out. And that is out number 1. Hurley is down swinging. Just as he got Bryant swinging to in the 7th, he opens up the 8th in the same fashion.
Now at bat for the Hokies, number 4, Carson DeMartini.
So 1 out, base is empty now for Carson DeMartini. And Hungate, the VCU transfer, deals. Swing and a miss. Fastball by him, and it's 0-1. DeMartini has walked a couple of times tonight. He is the team leader. Came in with 23 walks and has added 2 more in the ball game this evening. The 0-1 inside, 1-1. Pretty close that time, but Teal set up over the outside corner, and Hungate missing across the plate. Teal had to reach all the way back across the plate. Now the pitch. And missed outside. 2-1. DeMartini called out on strikes back in the first inning. 1 out, base is empty here in the last of the 8th. It is Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 2. Late into the night on a Friday, Hungate deals. Swing and a miss. Elevated fastball that time. DeMartini could not lay off. And the count even up at 2-2. Geloff racing into that shift again across from third base to the second base side of the bag, and Godbout retreats into short right field. 3 infielders to the right of second base. The 2-2 is, Teal popped up and almost let the baseball fly out towards third base, but Perry Costello decided he is the one guy that does not think it's a strike. So now the payoff pitch from Hungate as the righty deals. Swing and he lifts it foul. Oh, look at the replay of the prior pitch, and Costello just missed one. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As DeMartini extending this at bat and count against the righty Hungate. Second year from Abingdon. Deals, and again fought off foul left side and out of play. I think Virginia might have a decision to make on Hungate depending on pitch count, whether to bring somebody else in for the 9th or just stick with Chase when considering availability for Sunday, as the next pitch missed a little bit high, and that's ball 4 to DeMartini, but a tough break again for Hungate as he seemingly had Strike 3, but did not get the call.
Now at the play for the Hokies, number 3, Christian Martin.
Now Christian Martin for the Hokies. And the pitch inside from Hungate. 1-0. Left-hand hitter against the righty Hungate. Virginia again, 3 in the first, 3 more in the second, 2 in the fourth, and 1 in the sixth. They led 9-0 before Virginia Tech cracked the scoreboard in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-0. He shows bunt and fouls it back, bunting it behind home plate. On a high bounce off the turf, fielded by Kyle Teal. So 1-1 the count now on the left-hand hitting Christian Martin. All turf field here, English Field, the only dirt, the pitcher's mound that has received a lot of maintenance from the field crew in between pretty much every other inning. The 1-1, swinging a hard hit ball to short, and O'Farrell trying to adjust to the backhand. Could not get the out at second. He made a late spin to knock it down in the backhand. It looked like it was going to be hit right to him, and he was sizing it up to turn 2, and then at the very last second, he went down trying to field it on the backhand. And I don't know if he just didn't see it off the bat or if the ball took a weird bounce on him, because, again, I thought from initial contact and the way his initial read looked that he was right there and was going to have a chance at a fairly routine double play ball, and then all of a sudden he was lunging and trying to spear it on the backhand. Yeah, I mean, on the look at the replay, he shuffles up the middle as if he's about to field in turn 2. So I have to imagine that that ball on its second bounce hit something and spun back the other way, because that would not be normal for O'Farrell to be moving one direction after the first bounce of the ground ball and then suddenly have to lunge back the other way. So it's first and second, 1 out, and it does go down as a base hit. So I'm thinking that the official scorer saw the same thing of something went awry with that bounce. Well, if you're Hungate, you've had some fairly tough luck in this inning. So how does he respond? Runners at first and second, 1 out. Deals a called strike to Brody Donay. And the count 0-1. Donay has had some, speaking of luck, some really good luck in this game tonight. The 0-1 pitch from Hungate. Slider driven to left field. Back on it, Didowick. Back at the wall. He runs out of room, and the Hokies are back into this ball game. It is a 9-5 game on the 3-run homer from Brody Donay. Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 5 in the 8th. And all of a sudden, the Hokies have made this thing interesting.
Brody Donay. It's hammer time.
Well, credit where credit is due. Donay got every bit of that one. And he knew it, too.
Number 29, Carson.
Took a moment to stand and watch. And a little bat flip as well. First pitch swung on, fouled by Carson Jones, 0-1. Now Hungate ready for the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive center field. O'Donnell is right there to make the catch. Another hard hit ball. That's out number 2. So 2 outs, base is empty. And you know, again, there's a lot of what ifs, but I think about the walk to DeMartini and what looked like a missed strike 3 call that instead went for a ball, allowing one runner to reach, and then Martin, that weird ground ball that took a bounce off of something on the turf and changed directions to allow him to reach. The 2 guys on in front of Donay, and again, no doubt about Donay's effort, but you know, just to think about what could have been a solo home run or even a 2-run homer if either of those outcomes are different on the questionable non-strike call and then the ground ball that took the weird hop off the turf. But it is a 4-run ball game here in the 8th with 2 outs. 1 ball, 1 strike to Chris Cannizzaro in the pitch. Outside, 2-1. Activity continues in Virginia's bullpen. And again, it sort of feels like a fool's errand trying to figure out who is throwing. But I think it is Jake Huterovich who has begun tossing. Or has been tossing, I should say. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive towards second. Caught by Godbout at the waist. Little jam shot liner. And that will retire the side. But 3 runs home on the home run for Brody Donay. And at the end of 8, it is Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 5. With momentum perhaps on Virginia Tech's side late into this Friday night in Blacksburg. See if Virginia can get something back here as we go to the 9th. It's the Who's 9, the Hokies 5, but Virginia Tech has scored the last 5 runs in this game. After Virginia led 9-0, the Hokies have crept back into it. Bouncing ball right side from Anderson, fielded by the second baseman Martin, who flips on to first. And there's one away. And now Anthony Stefan for Virginia. Since the Cavaliers put up those big 4 initial innings against Drew Hackenberg, Jacob Exum has been cruising. And now he has worked a career-high 4 1/3 innings in this game. 1 run on 2 hits. Fastball low, 1-0. And Virginia, who had such an impressive approach against the Hokie starter Hackenberg, have really struggled to piece much together against Exum. Off speed for a strike, and it's 1-1 to Stefan. Be interesting to see how Virginia attacks the rest of the way. There is activity behind Exum in case he runs out of steam here, but why not ride the hot hand? Pitch missing low to Stefan. And there is strike two. Two right-handers appear to be Tommy Sapansky and Griffin Stig, the two guys throwing. 2-2 pitch now to Stefan. One out, base is empty in the ninth. And a swing and a foul ball left side and out of play. Anthony looking for his first hit of the ball game. He did walk his last time up. Does look like there's activity now resuming in Virginia's bullpen as well. Pitch missed up to Stefan. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And it had been Hunterovich throwing last inning. It's now Jay Woolfolk throwing. And I think my question would be, do you run Hungate back out there, see if he can somehow finish it, or do you go straight to Woolfolk? As the pitch fouled back. And we'll do it again 3-2, especially in a 4-run ball game. Do you feel like it's enough separation to give it a shot in sticking with Hungate, see if he can take it to the finish line, or do you already feel like he has reached his limit in this game? Next one swung on and missed, pulled the string on Stefan. He is down on strikes. And that is 7 strikeouts for the Hokie reliever in Jacob Exum.
Now to play for the Cavaliers, number 8, Casey Sauke.
Now Casey Sauke. And time asked for by third base coach Kevin McMullen. Casey Sauke will meet him halfway up the line. This might be to get a little bit of extra time for Woolfolk to throw to make sure he is fully loose to immediately come into the game to start the ninth for Virginia. That could be the explanation for the visit. Also, maybe just to try and break up the momentum of Exum, who has been exceptional. Pitch inside, 1-0. 2 outs, base is empty. Top of 9, Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 5. It has been a comfortable lead for most of the game, but the 3-run homer from Brody Donay last half inning has certainly made it a lot more interesting. Next one low, 2 balls, no strikes. Sidewinding righty has definitely been a difference maker in this game. Righty against righty, pitch to Sauke, swing and a miss. Had him out in front of an off-speed pitch. He's just had Virginia off balance for his 4+ innings. Out of the pen. In Virginia, ambushing the Hokie starter for 6 runs over the first couple of innings. Next one over the inside corner, strike 2 call. It's like a front door breaking ball from the righty Exum. Freshman from Virginia Beach who pitched at the Miller School of Albemarle. Sidewinder and tall, lanky righty. Has been really good out of the pen. 2 outs, bases empty, 2-2 pitch to Casey Sauke. Here it is. Swinging a ball popped up right side, drifting towards foul territory. The first baseman Tackett is called off by the second baseman, but then Martin could not run it down, and it bounces in foul territory and then out of play. Right by Tommy, our bus driver, but he's probably got enough foul balls in his time and did not feel the need to chase that one down. Best and, in my opinion, the nicest in the business. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Casey Sauke. And the pitch. Swing and a foul ball back. Fastball running in on his hands as well. A lot of movement, as you would expect, from this very low arm slot. Naturally producing A lot of run on the fastball. Next one is Sauke, runs outside. And the count is full, 3-2. So payoff pitch to come to Virginia's right fielder, with the Who's leading 9-5 in the top of the ninth. The payoff pitch. Slider, did he go? Oh my. Doesn't matter. He is rung up on a called third strike that looked down around the shoe tops. Sauke put his hands to his head in disbelief, but you hang with him. Now at the end of 8.5, our score, Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 5. The Who's 3 outs away from taking the opener. Jay Woolfolk coming on when we come back.
Bottom of the ninth for the Hokies, the catcher, number 7, Henry Cook.
As we go to the bottom of the ninth, Virginia 3 outs away from taking the series opener, lead at 9-5, and Jay Woolfolk takes over for Virginia. First pitch, fastball at the knees, called a strike, and it's 0-1. The 13th appearance of the season for Woolfolk to lead all Virginia pitchers in that department. 2-0 with a 1.23 ERA. Slider foul tipped, and it's 0-2. Couple of saves for Jay as well. 14 2/3 innings. He has struck out 17. He has walked 8 and has only allowed 5 hits. Opponents hitting 100 against him. Second year from Benedictine in Richmond. His 0-2 pitch now to Henry Cook is strike 3 call. Delayed call from Perry Costello, but right there at the letters for strike 3. One away in the ninth. As again, the Who's lead it 9-5.
To the top of the lineup for the Hokies. Now at the plate.
6 runs over the first couple of innings, and Virginia tacked on to eventually lead it 9-0 going into the bottom of the 6th. Hokies have scored the last 5. Pitch swung on, skied to center, playable for O'Donnell. Back a couple of steps now, in, makes a one-handed catch. And the Who's are 1 out away. Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 5, and Woolfolk has Virginia at the doorstep. Now, David Bryant pitch hit for Garrett Michelle in this spot in the 7th.
The first baseman, number 2, Sam Tackett.
And Sam Tackett came on to replace him defensively at first after that pinch hit appearance. And Tackett will now bat. He is 7 for 19 on the season. Pitch bounced in, 1-0. Limited at bats, although he has made the most of them, hitting at .368 in his limited opportunities with a homer and 7 RBIs. Woolfolk back into the windup, the 1-0. Redshirt sophomore from Lexington, Kentucky. Takes it inside, and it's 2-0. And Kyle Teal going to go out of the mound and check in with Woolfolk. I think part of this is if you could get Tackett here, a guy with 17 at-bats on the year, you don't have to contend with the man on deck, Jack Hurley, who is the most proven and dangerous hitter in their lineup. And I think Teal did not want the count to get any farther away from Woolfolk. 2 outs, base is empty. Righty kicks, deals. Fastball right there for a strike, 2-1. So well timed by Teal. And now the 2-1 pitch from Woolfolk. A little bit low. 3-1, and that was in the same spot, if not even higher than the pitch that Sauke was called out on last half inning. Here comes the 3-1 from Woolfolk. That is strike 2 called at the knees. And that will fill it up. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, base is empty, and the Who's are now 1 strike away as Woolfolk starts to wind up the pitch, and he bounced it in. Spiked the fastball at 93, way out in front of the plate. And the brown turf of the home plate circle, and Woolfolk took a couple of frustrated steps after he delivered that pitch, knowing that he had just lost the man he wanted to attack, and now has to contend with Hurley. 2 outs and a runner at first base, so Woolfolk will have to go to the stretch. And now to face Jack Hurley, the junior center fielder for Virginia Tech. Left-handed batter steps in against the righty Woolfolk. Runner at first, 2 outs. And the pitch. Down and in with a slider, 1-0. Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 5. Woolfolk, a couple of very quick outs to start the inning. Striking out Cook and getting Grady to fly out to center field. Righty from the belt deals. 1-0 lifted foul left side and out of play. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Late into the night. Game that started at 8:32 and 3+ hours old now. Righty trying to finish the job for Virginia, the 1-1. Swinging a little looper out towards left field. That's going to dunk in for a base hit. Didewick over to play it against the line. Fires back in towards third. Sliding in at third base is Sam Tackett. 2 on with 2 outs. And again, the Hokies making it interesting here in the ninth with 2 outs. It will be Carson DiMartini for Virginia Tech. It was a little bit off the end of the bat. It was not exactly the sharpest of contact, but Hurley muscled it out to left field and kept it just fair. Well, third base coach for Virginia Tech, Kurt Elbin, running through signs. Kyle Teal then out in front of home plate to counter with his own defensive alignment signs for Virginia. Anderson playing behind the runner at first. The pitch just missed. 1 ball, no strikes to DiMartini. Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 5. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Woolfolk's 1-0 pitch. Swinging a ball lifted, center field. O'Donnell racing in from right. Sauke on the move. He will make the catch, and that'll do it. The Who's take down the Hokies 9-5 to take the opener in this Commonwealth Clash series from Blacksburg. Late into the night on a Friday, the Hoos 9, the Hokies 5, as Virginia yet another ACC series opening win. Virginia now 24-2 on the season and 8-2 in ACC play. We will go for a series win tomorrow, but for tonight, celebrating the opening win. How about Brian Edgington once again for Virginia? 6 innings does not allow an earned run in this game. 2 unearned runs. The only blemishes, he allows 4 hits, walked 3, and struck out 8. Yet another quality start for Edgington, his 3rd quality start of the year. He will improve to 5-0 on the season. The offense pounds out 9 runs on 10 hits. And the Hoos, again, 24-2, 8-2 in the ACC, and now 6-2 on the road. With the loss, Virginia Tech is 15-10. They are now 2-8 in the ACC at the bottom of the Coastal Division standings, and now 11-4 at home. This 198th all-time meeting goes the way of the Hoos. Virginia closes out the month of March with another win. Virginia will go 16-2 in March, and hopefully opening up April the same strong fashion tomorrow night. Virginia is now 108-90 all-time against Virginia Tech, 37-16 in Brian O'Connor's tenure. Again, the win to Edgington, he's 5-0. The loss to Hokie starter Drew Hackenberg, who allows a career-high 8 runs all earned on 8 hits. And Virginia drops him to 1-4 with the loss. A ball game that took 3 hours and 9 minutes to be played and was done so in front of a crowd. Announced attendance of 1,320 on a chilly and rainy Friday night. The Hoos take their show on the road and win it by a 9-5 final score. Series continues tomorrow. A 7 o'clock first pitch, Virginia and Virginia Tech. Middle game will feature Connolly Early, left-hander making his first ACC start. In the midweek, he's done all you can possibly do. 6-0 with a 1.59 ERA, 28 in the 3rd innings early. Has struck out 36. He has walked only 6. And opponents this season are batting 198 against Virginia's left-hander. For Virginia Tech, Griffin Green, he is 1-1 with a 6.33 earned run average. Much like Hackenberg, Green was excellent last year but struggling a bit this season. Green, 27 innings. He has struck out 27. He has walked 14. And opponents are hitting .250 against him on the year. Again, that's a 7 o'clock first pitch. We'll have it for you on 1070 AM, 98.9 FM, anywhere on WINA.com. And, of course, you can always listen to every Virginia baseball game, as you might be doing now, on the Virginia Sports app. But for tonight, that'll do it for us. Big thanks to everybody who helped make our broadcast possible and for everybody involved. I'm Channing Poole saying I hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and I know you enjoyed the result. One final time, our final score from English Field at Atlantic Union Bank Park in Blacksburg, Virginia 9, Virginia Tech 5. Until tomorrow, the Hoos going for a series win tomorrow night with a 7 o'clock first pitch. But until that time, thanks for listening, everybody.